Let's go, champ.
We got a special guest.
Oh, man.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go. Yo, I watched his highlights. He was ill, son.
He was wilding.
I was watching him.
He was wilding.
So he hit some guy in the yellow shorts. He was doing.
He had people twisting and turning, pulling out of the ring.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Huh? I'm gonna get at you though, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. Shannon Briggs in the building. Round of applause one more time.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me, guys. Having me, brothers.
Thank you.
Yes,
Welcome.
brother.
How you feel, man?
I feel really good, man. Happy to be here, champ. I'm home back in New York City, my birthplace. You know, I'm here with the OG, of course. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Brownsville in the building. I'm just happy to be here, champ. Every time I come home, it's like, you know what I mean? You get that resurgence. You know what I mean?
What happened to the gold locks?
Oh man, you know what I mean? They had their time. I had the hair for like 28 years. I woke up one day after a crazy night and just was like, you know what? That's it. And went bald on them, champ. You know what I mean?
And you know what they say? You know,
that?
like who cut their hair in the Bible? It got.
Oh, Samson, right?
Yeah, Samson. Yeah.
Nah, it was crazy because when I cut my hair is when I started the whole "Let's Go Champ" slogan and campaign and the mantra, and it was literally because of that. I cut my hair off and I started saying "Let's go, champ." You feel me? Let's go, champ.
So let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes, brother.
Before we get into how you know this psycho guy, man.
Oh,
you know, because he's
man.
been down for a long time,
Let's
man.
go,
You know,
champ.
even
It's
though he's
crazy.
positive now, but
Yeah, he the best. He the champ. We from the same neighborhood, Brownsville, Brooklyn, Ocean Hill, up the hill, and all that. And you know, I was a young boy living in the hood, Brownsville, and he was one of the dudes, the older dudes that was, you know, in the streets getting it and doing his thing. And I was looking up like, wow, you know what I mean? I want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? And Januke was walking around with the cables on. He was diesel. You know what I mean? And he had the scooter, the Honda. You had the Honda scooter back in the day, right? Mad cars. So he was one of the dudes that.
Don't be hyping him on like that. Look.
Nah, he was doing it. He was big time. He had the
He like,
whips,
yeah.
the gold. So you know what I mean. And then it was crazy because I started boxing, and then we went on. We used to go like it was a dude from Gleason's gym, Mr. Jackson, and he used to take. He was actually like a
Sergeant Jackson.
yeah, Sergeant Jackson. He was he worked in the prisons, and he used to bring all the amateurs and people up to Sing Sing to box with the prisoners. And one of the trips, I seen Nuke in it, and I was like, "Oh snap, Nuke, what up? I'm from around the way." He was, "Oh yeah, Shorty, what up?" I was like, "Wow, it was crazy because and I always tell him this, and from how long you was down? 33?
31.
31 years is crazy. What year was that when I seen you? Like 90?
That was 90, the beginning of
Yeah,
90.
it was beginning of 89,
Summer
90.
90.
Yeah, something like that, right?
No, matter of fact, it was the summer of 89.
Yeah, it had to be 89,
Yeah,
right?
summer of 89.
And I seen him, and it was crazy because it was life-changing for me. Because when I seen him, I was like, wow, you know what I mean? I just seen the whole prison. Gave us a whole tour, seen the dorms, you know what I mean? The fighters, all that. And I was like, wow, you know what I mean? So throughout the years, when I would get into trouble or I would think, you know, before I got into trouble, I'd be like, yo, this ain't what you want. You feel me? Because I seen it already. And then I seen him, and I remember talking to him when I seen him in the hood. So it was crazy because he from Prospect Plaza, my family from the Plaza, you know what I mean? So my cousin Stink, they grew up, you know, my cousin Stink was under him. And Stink wound up doing like, what, 18?
Yep.
He wound up doing 18. So
fair.
over the years, I would be like, yo, what's up with Nuke? You know, when I did talk to him, whatever, especially when he came home, I was like, yo, I wonder what happened to Nuke. He was like, Nuke home? I was like, this crazy. Nuke got like 150 years. He was like, nah, you bugging, Nuke home. Because I really thought he had like 70. I think that's what you told me. I remember something crazy, man. Word is born. I remember something crazy. But for some reason, I recall like crazy life sentences. And I was like, word? So I was happy to hear that. So I reached out, you know, my cousin Stink, Eddie Harley, he put us in touch. And, you know what I mean? We've been building this, you know what I mean?
What you remember about him back in the days? Like, you recall him when he was younger like that?
This was a young brother running around. You know, with the rest of the young brothers. Excuse me.
Did you see him being the heavyweight champ that he is today, or did you just like
I'm gonna say this right. When he came up to Sing Sing was him. Who's the brother that beat Mark? Marlon Starling.
Yeah,
He came with y'all, right?
I think so, yo.
And the big white dude that looked like Tommy Morrison. So I'm bragging because he from the hill. Like, you know, it was a dude named Red, and he was fighting in the trial, the big Cuban dude.
Yeah.
And Lord, I lost all my money. I lost mad cigarettes, mad money on that fight. But as he followed his career, you seen it. But more, I was inspired by him making the move to Hollywood. You know, the movies and shit. I'm like, yo, that's my little man. You know, like that. But, you know, to become 2-time heavyweight champ from Brownsville, that's the 3rd champion from Brownsville.
Facts. Heavyweight, 3rd heavyweight.
No, it's nobody ever did that. But Brownsville did it.
What is it about Brownsville that breeds these champions like this, man? Like what's
It's
in the water? What's in the air, man?
The real ones. I mean,
You have to fight to
fight.
come from go to school, to come
Everybody
from
can
school.
fight.
And that's what it was about. Fighting, proving yourself. No guns like today. It was fight, then you hug and you just you know, that's what's going today. Nobody know how to fight no more.
Keep it real. Keep it real. In Brownsville, everybody can fight. The girls, everybody fight. You know what I mean? It's like we slap box. You know what I mean? It's on like that. But you know,
That was a
things
rites of
change.
passage.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? And I like, it was crazy because when you get locked up and you go upstate or whatever, you see mad people from Brownsville. It's like, man, we dominate the jail. You know what I mean? So I think it's time now, and that's what major reason why I'm in New York right now. Is that we're here looking for property to open up the Brownsville Boxing Academy. We want to, we've come to the realization that over $500 million, if not $1 billion or more, has been generated just from Brownsville alone in the boxing industry. If you look at it, Mike Tyson, what he probably made, 300-400. Riddick Bowe probably made 100 and change. I ain't do nothing like that. But you got Zab Judah, Danny Jacobs, Curtis Stevens. Combined, we probably put $500 million into the sport, and we don't even have a gym in the Ville. So I think that obviously there is something in the water, and it's just we should take pride in that. I mean, you got 3 heavyweight champions and many more. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. We take pride in that. So what we're gonna do is open up the Brownsville Boxing Academy.
First champ, besides in the early 60s, it was a Jewish guy out of Brownsville.
Okay.
But Eddie Mustafa, which was Eddie Gregory back then, come out of Brownsville housing.
Yeah.
You know, him and World B. Free was our big, and World was a basketball player. They was our biggest, you know, growing up in Brownsville.
Well, Thelma from there too.
Yeah.
Thelma.
Small
from
sports,
Good
right?
Times, yeah.
You know,
So
we had the Sean Dunston. He went to Thomas Jefferson. You know,
I'm listening. I'm googling all that while you're talking. Yeah.
please do.
Yeah. Here you go.
We
Talking
facts.
Let's go, champ.
But that's the thing, man. You know, and it's like we had mentors, man. We just made our own path and choices. They didn't want us to go the street.
Right.
You know, look at our brother. You know, he could have went the way I went.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always tell him I'm proud of him and I admire him. Because he was faced with the same things that I was faced with, if not worse. And look, he became 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Determination.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna open up that.
I'm looking at. Yeah, I got a couple of celebrities from Brownsville.
Yeah, the Ville is hot, champ. We just gotta, we gotta bring that talent out of there. I think that we're gonna dominate the boxing scene in the next 15 to 20 years. We're gonna dominate every division.
You know, I think too. I mean, in my personal opinion, I think if they had opportunity out there like that now, whether it's Brownsville or even New York, you know what I'm saying? I think that'll help a lot of the youth possibly stop the fighting and stop the all the craziness in the street. Hopefully they could use that as an outlet to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of Pop Smoke, rest in peace. He just passed. He from Canarsie, which is right down the street from Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's all like right there. And I want to say that if these kids need opportunity, like you said, they need something else other than nothing. Right. You feel me? What is it? We don't even have a high school in Brownsville, I don't think. So we want to give back, opportunity and keep it real with them. Yo, you can make money. Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, people be hurt. It's all good getting them off the street. Yeah, but you got to make money, and you could potentially be like Mike Tyson, be like Riddick Bowe, Zab Judah, Curtis Stevens, Shannon Briggs, Eddie Mustafa. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You can make a living for yourself, and guess what? If you don't become a boxer, you can become a trainer, a promoter, a manager, a round car keeper. You know what I'm saying? Ring timekeeper. So many different things that you could do aside from fighting. Everybody can't fight, but you might see a business. As for even these street dudes, man, a lot of dudes in the streets, they getting money, whatever. They don't know how to clean up their money or do what's right. You know what? Learn how to be a manager. Learn how to be a promoter and do the right thing. You feel me?
There's also going to be an entrepreneurship program.
That's what it's about.
I see it. Yeah.
For the sisters, for the brothers. It's like the one thing that Shannon just said is most important. Until you could teach somebody how to get a bag, the one thing that I stress is that we need to put the guns down, the violence. It's just unnecessary killing. And when you ask them what it's about, they can't even give you an answer. They don't even know why the beef started. It's from generations of what? Because you live in this project, I live in this project, I live on this block. You don't even know why it started. It's like the Hatfield and McCoys. When is it going to stop? Enough is enough.
Yeah,
Let's come together.
We breaking the chain. I think especially with, homie Diane, young boy, you feel me, 20 years old and something like that. I think it's time people going to start waking up like, yo, this is so senseless, you know what I mean? That's why I call everybody champ, just to elaborate a little bit. I see a change happen in the shift because, I know that I when I see everybody, I'm like, yo, what's up, champ? How you doing? Let's go, champ. And the reason why is because I stopped using the word nigga. You feel me? And specifically that word because I feel like it's holding us back as people. We've it's normal now to disrespect each other jokingly. Oh, that's my nigga. Nah, I'm not your nigga. I'm not a nigga. I'm black. You feel me? I'm a champ. You feel me? And people, and no disrespect, when people talk to me, yo, what's up, nigga? I'm like, chill, champ. I'm not a nigga. And they be like, oh, my bad, champ. You feel me? So once that starts popping, you know what I mean? As far as me setting the conversation, like, yo, look, champ. You know what I mean? No disrespect, like, yo, champ. You know what I mean? And I think it's helping because a lot of people feel better when I call you champ, opposed to calling, yo, what's up, nigga? Nah, what's up, champ? You feel me? I think that starts that with just identifying ourselves as not niggas, as better people, and say, oh, yeah, I'm a real nigga, and I'm doing this. We got to get off of that. We off of that. It's dead. You know what I mean? We doing other things now. We on some positive stuff, trying to, make champions. Like New said, teach them how to make that paper.
But let me ask you a question. So, take us back, when you were younger.
Yes, brother.
Tell us about your childhood, growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn. What do you remember,
No, I had it made like lemonade. I was chilling. I'm from Atlantic Tower. I was up the hill. Yeah, it's nice up there. It was really nice.
Made like lemonade.
I had it made like lemonade, and I was chilling up there. Mom's was, working nurse. My step pops was in and out, and then my mom's had a substance abuse problem. You know what I mean? But she was always working. She kept a job. She worked at Rikers. She worked in different schools. She was snapping and popping, had money coming in. And then over the years, the drug abuse took its toll. And things got rough for us around 13, 14. My pops actually was on the second episode of America's Most Wanted, of my step pops. So that was kind of embarrassing for me, you know what I mean, going to school. And then we got evicted. When I was 13, we got kicked out the towers. And we kind of like was all over the place, all over Brooklyn. I lived in Flatbush. I lived in East Flatbush, Bed-Stuy, East New York. I lived all over Brooklyn. So that was pretty much a changing point in my life, you know what I mean? Because then I was like, I had to learn how to fend for myself, you know what I mean, in the real world.
Well, we're gonna flip the script. We don't allow things just to go like that. So now let's back up a little bit. So,
let's go, champ.
So, where was your real father? Do you know anything about him?
Yeah. He was. I met him. I remember like the first time recall seeing him. I was selling watermelons. I used to sell watermelons in Brooklyn, and he had came to the watermelon truck. But he knew. Remember Jules? He owned the watermelon truck. So my real
Bergen or Atlantic? What's one?
The one on Atlantic right there.
Yeah.
Hopkinson.
Yeah.
So he had came up and they was talking, and he had came and gave me $100 bill, and I was like, can I help you, sir? He was like, nah, it's for you, put in your pocket. So I'm thinking this must be like some weirdo, something going on, you know what I mean? Because I seen him pull up in a nice car, jewelry on and all that. And I always heard, my real pops, or I had heard stories, but I couldn't really put it together, you know what I mean? And then for some reason I wound up running upstairs. Like, he said, go get your mom's and your father. He said, I'm your pops. I was like, I'm your father. And I was like, no, my father upstairs. Now, mind you, my stepfather, black as they get, you know what I mean? But I always felt he was, knew him as my pops, Gene. And then I ran up to the intercom, bell, hit the buzzer like that. Mom, come downstairs. Guy saying he's my father. They run downstairs together and tell me to wait over here by the building. They go by the gate over there by the parking lot, and they talk to him for like 30 minutes. And then they just come back, you know what I mean? And that was it. And then wind up, it's funny because how I really met him was I got locked up when I was like 17. And it was a number I always remembered in my head. 718-735-8283. It was a number that always was told, if something ever happened, you call that number. And I didn't know why. If something ever happened, you call them. So I wound up calling that number. I had nobody to call. I was in, I think, Valhalla or something like that up in Yonkers up there. And I called that number like, yo, break glass. Call this number. I broke the glass. Like, call that number. I was like, how you doing, ma'am? And it was collect calls. So she was like, baby, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, this is Shannon. She said, I know who it is. She said, let me call your daddy. So that kind of threw me off, like, you know what I mean? Because I know my real pops my step pops, Gene, was locked up at the time. So he wound up coming to get me, man, and drove me, got bailed me out, took me down to his crib in Flatbush. And that was like, beginning. He was like, where you living at? I was like, I'm everywhere. And then I went and stayed with him for a while. Then I wound up just living all over, man. You know what I mean?
What was he a street dude at the time?
Nah, I was really just,
No, him.
My step pops and my real pops.
Your real pops. He was.
He was back in the day. He used to run with a dude. I think I don't want to say his name, but he used to run with a big dude up there that everybody know they talk about. But I don't want to throw that out there.
Understood.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he used to run around. He was doing his thing
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he was doing it, but ain't nothing to brag about because a lot of people died from selling drugs. You feel me?
Understood.
So,
and then, but you just said your step pops, Gene. He was on America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, he was a gangster. He was on some other stuff. He was physically, and he was a gangster. He was a physical rob you. I won't say rob you, but he was a dude who was he got down like that. You know what I mean? Nothing to brag about as well. But it did teach me not to take no shit. He taught me that.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And America's Most Wanted, because I'm assuming that he was on the run.
Yes, brother.
Did they end up catching him?
Yes, brother.
Is he alive today?
Nah, he died in prison. He died in Marcy Correctional Facility. Yeah, he died.
You heard of his stepfather? Respect. I'm saying, you guys want to be OP. You're a peacemaker now. You're peaceful. He got the I love my life, so we got to be respectful to his movement. But I ask these type of questions because I'm interested.
Nah, feel free, champ. I'm with you, brother. Let's go, champ.
Yeah, champ. All right. So you substance abuse, mama love.
Yes, brother.
And then you end up, you guys are in the street.
Yes, homeless, living here and there. We went to stay with my aunt. Few aunts here and there, cousins, and then when that you kind of wear out your welcome, you gotta go. And then as I got older, people kind of let you know that you're not really welcome. So there was times I just kind of like learned to stay out the way. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I had to hit the train or hit a abandoned truck or something like that, get a night's sleep or something. But I would always have people. I would, I'm a mover and shaker, so I would, meet honeys and I find a way. You feel me?
So have you ever spent the night outside?
Oh yeah, plenty times.
Where?
A train, D train, you name it. But ain't nothing about it. Ain't like I was a homeless kid. I was, I had to make it. I was homeless, but I had to make it, and I made it. And boxing again was my savior for me because a lot of times I slept in the gym. You know what I mean? I sleep in the gym, and then I started traveling. I was talented. I made the USA team in 5 fights. Almost 10 fights. I made the USA team, and that was unheard of. Like he said, I fought the Cuban. He had like 500 fights. I had 18. I had 18 fights. He had like close to 500, and that was something. That was an experience for me too. Throwing me ABC Wild World of Sports. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready, but. I told somebody earlier today, my biggest asset is that I never had a choice. You feel me? That's my biggest asset. I don't have a choice to fail. I don't have a choice to sit down. If I sit down, I'm dead. If I don't make something happen, I'm not gonna eat. Nobody gonna feed me. So now I gotta provide for kids and a wife. So you know what I'm saying?
So how'd you go to do with school and stuff? You went to school still during all this time, or?
Well, that was the good part. I went to Lutheran school for 7 years. Then I went to Catholic high school for a year. So I got a good base of education, and I was never too good at math, but I could read very, very, very well. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
That helped me with a lot of being able to move and shake in the world, and even today as an entrepreneur, it helps me the fact that you listen to the champ.
Yeah, of course.
So you outside, you in the street.
Yes, brother.
What makes you want to do boxing? Now you run around, you say you being slick, like Brooklyn niggas do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? the honeys and stuff. But what makes you want to do boxing? Because when you read on it, it said that you saw Mike Tyson and you didn't want to speak to him or some stuff. I don't know. Is there any truth to that?
Nah, it wasn't that I want to speak to him. No, I see Mike. Mike was just known for just being a tough dude, big dude, and all that when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like Nuke. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, pigeon. Right. But he
knocking
was
people out.
Yeah, knocking people out. You know what I'm saying?
In the street before he was
boxing. Knocking all that. So he came up. He grew up with a dude that would literally babysit him. He was Rusty. You know, Russ. Yeah, Money Russ from the building. So Money Russ was literally used to babysit my mom's. Like, here, watch my son. You know what I mean? So him and Money Russ was tight. They was best friends. You know what I mean? So. Mike was. I love Mike. I just did Mike podcast, man, about 2 weeks ago, and I gotta tell you, man, it was crazy because we was both in tears on the camera. We was both crying. We was like, yo, this is because again, going back to where we from the Ville. Like, look at my brother. He here 33 years. You know, 31 years he was down. You know what I mean? And again, I tell him, we talk all the time. I'll be like, yo, you motivated me, you know, because he motivated me not to go to jail. It's mad, and I never thought I'd see him again. I really never thought I'd seen him, and I never forgot seeing him. It's like I stamped it in my brain. This is not where you want to be, Shannon. You feel me? This is not where you want to be. So to see him home, when my cousin Eddie Stink said, "Yo, Nuke home," I was like, "What?" We started talking. You feel me? Then I got to see him, and my man Killer Cav too. I ain't seen Cav. Thanks to you guys, I appreciate you, because I ain't seen Cav in 30 years. You know, and that's my dude. That's my dude. I'm from the Ville. He from the Ville. We from the Ville. So when I seen everybody on y'all show, I started going crazy. Yeah. I was going crazy. Like, we're chill, champ. I'm ready to get crazy right now. Let's go, champ. Yeah.
So,
it's getting hot.
Yeah, that. So
let's go, champ. Shoot. Okay.
So let's take the steps again.
Shoot.
Right there.
Let's go, champ.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm ready to set it now. The cannon's coming out.
So
what's the
deal?
No.
So
what's the deal?
What was the I'm ready for you too.
What's the deal?
What was the day?
Cav, come here, champ. Let's go, champ. Oh, I ain't even see. You see the energy? I didn't even know he was here, and I started getting pumped up. Boom, boom.
Oh.
Let's go, champ. Nah, champ. Boom, boom.
What's up, champ?
Man, look at him. Let's go, champ.
You
look
fool.
You fool.
You old
We
plate.
got the Ville on the couch.
What's up, champ?
Yeah.
Old plate.
We got the Ville on the
Yeah,
couch.
y'all know what it is.
We got the Ville on the couch.
G Money.
What's up, baby?
There's a lot of food in here. Boy. What's up?
You guys had your turn. Chill out, man. Let's do this, man.
Let's go, champ. Thank you, champ. Thanks for coming up. It's my brother. I love him, champ.
This is dope.
So when you so bring us to the day that you decided to, because you said, so Mike, when he was younger, he had somebody. So when you say he was knocking people out, like at what age? Like explain that whole, like he was knocking. You see him, like they sent him to, or he just was running the streets, just turning up.
He
like,
just was in the streets. He was like, you know, he was homeless. You know what I'm saying? But Mike left like 79. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 71. Mike left early and he came back. He was locked up. He went to the Catskills trying to fight. He would come back and forth to Brownsville, but you know what I'm saying? He really, like I said, there's no gym in Brownsville. Effectively, no gym in Brownsville. So that's the goal. But Mike was just Mike, man. And then he became heavyweight champion of the world, and the whole world got to see him. And all the people from Brownsville was like, yo, that's one of us. So it gave us an opportunity to have something, a goal. Mike is and was an inspiration to us, you know what I mean, to millions. But if you from the Ville, and you know, we was always like the dirty, you know, like they don't mess with us. Everybody out in Brownsville, you know what I mean? But we the dirtiest. But Mike was like, you know what I mean? He made it. He driving Rolls Royces and stuff.
Oh, real quick, were you fighting back in the days too, or during the time when you was going through the transition? Were you fighting in Brownsville, just in the streets and?
Nah, G wasn't, because they said on Wikipedia he wasn't fighting, man. He got, you know, it changed his life. He didn't want to go approach Mike Tyson. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it said. Where that story came from. That
Wikipedia,
anybody
can put anything up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah, Mike, my man. I love Mike, but you know, like I said, I had a good base, and then everything, the bottom fell out. So when that happened, I became angry and bitter because living in the towers. ain't like just living anywhere. People in the tower was working class people, you know what I'm saying, apartment, jobs, you know what I'm saying, cars. People was doing all right. And then the 80s hit, you know what I'm saying, the building kind of went down, and I was part of the going down, you know what I'm saying. We got evicted, and, you know, I was out there. And then at that point, I became angry and bitter. My pops locked up. My mom's on drugs. My mom's was doing bad, looking bad. People would tell me, yo, I seen your mom's, you know, begging for money. And, you know, I didn't come from that. So that was hurtful for me. I got a lot of pride and a lot of emotions was running with that. You know, you seeing your mom, you hearing people, girls laughing, people laughing. And that was a big, what do you call it? I don't want to say humiliation, but it's the fact that when you have to say, I said to myself early in life, I said, you know what, you got to make it, because I can't take this. Being laughed at, going to people's house, and
You
they
ain't push them in their face. What's wrong with you, man?
everybody got their opinion and laugh. But I go to somebody's crib. I go to your crib, and I might be chilling with you, Flip. You my man, and your moms might be like, "Yo, Shannon been here a day or two. Yo, tell him get off my couch. You got to bounce." You might come and be like, "Yo, champ, Shannon, your mom said you got to bounce or whatever." So you got to walk that walk. 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I remember I was walking like in Flatbush one night. I had nowhere to go. And I forgot the school, PS something. And they were building like some type of construction thing next to the school. And I was like, yo, that's a good spot for me just to sit for a couple hours. You know what I mean? I ain't got nowhere to go. And I remember sitting out there and remembering living in Atlantic Towers. We had a pool back there. Remember the pool? Yeah. We had a big swimming pool. All my friends every Christmas. You know, it was 24 stories in the building, 24 floors. You go to your friend's house, spend the night. They got toys. Now I'm sitting outside of a school, just sitting there like remembering all that. So I think that was a big inspiration for me to be like, yo, you gotta get it.
So before I get into who, you know, when you started training, at the time, like who? Because earlier you mentioned it, you and Nuke was talking about it. So you had Riddick Bowe.
Yes, brother.
I also looked at the guy you said. Guy you mentioned. They say he's a trainer now.
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad.
Yes.
Yes.
So, who would be the first person in Brownsville to go to boxing? Was it Eddie?
Yes, brother. Yes, he was. Eddie, that I know of. I mean, there was a guy named Bumby Davis.
Yeah, there was an old man Bob, which was the Golden Glove champ. Then you got Blimp.
Yeah.
Happy and them. They boxed out of Howard Housen when Howard Housen had the gym. You remember?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then they closed down. Everybody went to Starlight City.
Yep.
Bobo.
Facts. Yeah. That's why I went to Starlight City.
Starlight City. So
yeah.
And who trained you at the time?
Jimmy O. Farrell, rest in peace. The legend.
Jimmy O.
Jimmy O. That's where I know him from. You
That's
know what I mean?
Fact. That's my boy right there. That's where we Starlight.
Starlight City. We put it down.
You was training over there too, KK?
Yes, right.
We put it down.
I started at PAL, right? With
Me too.
Depp
Yep.
and Ray.
Facts.
Joe.
Yep.
And One-Eyed Joe. One-Eyed Joe was right in the dungeon. Then
right
in the basement. Yeah, then when I started getting more advanced, then they put me in Starlight. That's where I met Vito at.
Me too.
That's a fact. Vito and Fermo.
Me too, yeah.
Goodfellas, Godfather 3, the middleweight champ, you know. And
what you mean you met him? What you mean?
He took me under the wing.
Yeah.
They took me under the wing. Took me under the wing, man. I was in another world. Mob ties, that's a fact.
So he was really part of the mob or something?
Yeah, he was really the...
Nah, that for real.
Gambinos.
I thought it was just a movie.
Nah, he played in those movies. He played in Godfather 3.
I know, but he was in real life. He was a part of it too.
Yeah, he was the man. Took me under the wing.
Yeah, he was a good dude. He did a lot for me. He inspired me. He told me one day, he was like, yo, you really got it. Stop playing. But, you know, he ain't understand that I was sleeping in the streets. He was like, yo, what's wrong with you? I'm like, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? I'll be back when I get some bread. But then I realized I wasn't getting no bread in the streets. I wasn't getting no bread doing nothing. You know what I mean? I used to run around with people who was doing little stuff here and there, boosting, this and that, third, you know what I mean? And I was like, this ain't it, champ. This ain't it. And I had a one-way ticket. It was only one way, and that was to Rikers and then upstate. And I remember going to see my pops in Rikers, and he was the toughest dude I ever seen, ever known in my life. And he was crying. And I was like, I never seen that. And I was like, what's up? Like, you know, you bugging? And he was like, nah, you bugging. He said, you think you want to be here? because my mind was already like, this was gonna happen. I'm gonna be here, you know what I mean? Anyway, so it's just the way you go. And he was like, you don't want this. And I was hot. I was like, he trying to disrespect me, like I ain't built. But he was right, bro. He was so right. I wasn't ready. I didn't need it. I didn't want it. And luckily I got in the box, and Jimmy O saved my life. Jimmy O gave me an opportunity.
God bless.
Yeah, man. God bless Jimmy O.
So take us to the first day when you like actually started, like, you know, the first time going into the gym and everything kind of got going for you as far as boxing.
I made a bet with a dude in high school in the library, and I lost the bet. He just kept ragging me, dude. I was like, bro, leave me alone. I lost the bet. He was like, the bet was having something to do with a girl. All right, I lost the bet, and he was like, yo, you lost the bet. I said, so what's up? He was like, all right, because we used to slap box. He was an older dude, and we used to get busy. He was like, yo, you got some hands. Then he seen me have a couple fights in school. He was like, yo, you good with your hands? What's up? So he was like, yo, I want to take you to a boxing gym. And I was like, boxing gym? Nah. So he kept nagging me, ragging me about it. So I was like, yo, bro, what's up? Why you keep... He was like, yo, you lost a bet. You know what I'm saying? He was older than me. He was like, you lost a bet. Respect that. Do what I asked you to do. You know, come to the gym. So I was like, yo, you that serious? Let's go. But he had a whip. He had a car. So I'm thinking, we going to drive to the... You know, good. I'm happy. Okay, we get a ride. I ain't been in the car in years. So he take me to the bus stop. I'm like, bus stop? Nah, you bugging. He like, nah, it's in Starry City. We gonna take the bus. I said, where your car? He said, nah, my car ain't working or something. I was like, what? We took like 2-3 buses. We got there. But we got there like 3 o'clock. The gym don't open at 5. It's raining, snowing, it's going crazy. And all of a sudden, I see this tall shadow of a man walking through the snow, rain, whatever. And it was Jimmy O pushing a cart, like a shopping cart. And he had the water buckets in there, whatever. And we said, oh, man, I'm glad you're here. It's cold out here. He was like, I don't know why you glad. We don't open at 5. I said, well, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah, he wasn't no joke. So I said, well, can we come in until, you know what I mean, 5 o'clock? It's 3:30 or whatever. He said, nah. Boom, close the door. We was like, wow.
Jimmy was like that.
Yeah. So we walked to the little neighborhood mall, strip mall. We waited till like 5. By the time we got back, say it was 5:10. Well, by the time we got back at 5:10, G Money, the place was rocking. It went from like closed to rocking. Like it was going crazy. The music was on, girls, guys, people were spawning. I was like, yo, I thought you said you opened at 5. But it was crazy. And then that's why I always say live at 5, because that's the Jimmy O time, 5 o'clock. But I went in there and I fell in love, man. I couldn't believe it. The smell, the aura. I was like, wow, look at all these live people. They alive, you know. They not dead. They in here working out. I was like, yo, this is it. I knew from that day on this was going to be my life. You know what I mean?
Blood, sweat, and tears, man. Yeah. That smell.
Yeah, facts.
So, what's the history about Jimmy? Do we know anything about him?
What I know of Jimmy O, originally I think he was from Harlem, maybe. He knew Ray Robinson to some degree. He loved Ray Robinson, and he basically was like, he was a great man. He saved a lot of lives, man. He saved a lot of lives of kids who they might not have become boxers, but they became good people, because that's what boxing gives you. It gives you discipline. You learn to put your emotions in perspective. You know what I'm saying? You learn to say, nah, that ain't right. It just changes you. I've seen it overnight. I've seen people get into boxing, not even become fighters, but go get a job. Literally, go get a job. I'm like, yo, what's up? You fighting no more? Nah, I got a job. I'm working for Brooklyn Union Gas, or I'm working for someone. So you're like, I thought you was going to box. But it just takes them from off the negative path. They on this boxing path. Then they may be like, yo, I'm going to go to school. I want to be. It's like getting hit in the head wakes them up or something. You feel me? It's crazy.
You find out they're not cut out for it.
Or something like that.
So now you train in the gym.
Yes, brother.
And then, how did you end up, what's the next steps after that?
Oh, man. So they was like, yo, champ, you got talent. You know what I mean? They used to call me Ali. You know what I mean? Because I thought I was Muhammad Ali. So I was like, yo, and I say that because I picked a fighter that I thought was great, and I said, I'm going to emulate him. And that's okay, because if you see Michael Jordan play or LeBron or Kobe, you might be like, yo, I want to be just like them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I tell kids. Yo, find somebody that you admire, that you look up to, and model yourself to try to be like them. That's how we learn. We learn how to talk from watching and learning and listening. Watch your idol or whoever. It may be a singer or whoever, and study and be like, I'm going to be just like them. And imitate. You feel me? And I used to imitate Ali, and that was, I think that did a lot for me. You know what I mean? Yes, brother. Shoot.
And you just putting niggas on their ass.
I was having fun, man. I couldn't. If it was for the first time, I went from a kid who had nothing. You know, my life was in shambles, and boxing was like, wow, I'm good at this. You know what I mean?
Who gave you the hardest time in the gym? Excuse me.
Ooh, Banks used to put it on. Remember Banks?
I remember Banks.
Yeah, Banks he used to put it on me. Everybody used to put it on me when I first came. Everybody used to put it on. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember when you went to the Olympics.
Yeah, everybody was putting it on me.
I was in the gym.
Yeah, everybody was
You
like,
lost in the middle.
yeah, I lost, yeah.
To
To the Cuban.
It was a body shot, right?
Nah, never that.
I thought it was a body shot.
Never
Mike,
that.
man. Talk this way, man.
Oh,
Come on, man. What's wrong with you, man? Pause. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Let's
you too
go,
old to
champ.
act like that, you.
Try them antics now. You see that ham hock? Show him that fist, champ.
Yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, that shit. God damn.
So, hold on.
Let's go, champ.
So what happened to Golden Gloves? What happened? Like, what you talking about? Why you brought that up, KK? What happened? What you trying? Somebody gave him a hard time?
Hard time.
Somebody gave him a hard
lost my
time.
money, man.
No, I don't. You lost your money?
Yeah, I was in Sing Sing.
Yeah, but we ain't talking about that part yet.
No. I remember training. with Shannon. But Shannon was more advanced in the gym and as an amateur more than we was. But we still fighting the gloves. He was going to the Olympics, right? He was in the Olympics more.
Yeah.
So he came to the gym like every 6 months and 4 months.
I started traveling, you know what I mean? I started traveling crazy.
But after you lost in the Olympics, he turned pro, right?
Yeah, facts.
And when he turned pro, he took the off.
Yeah.
Joe, totally. Like, now he's never going to come back. He's never going to come back and see us no more. That's it. He's gone. He's rich. You heard?
Let's go, champ.
That's a fact.
Nah.
I never forget it, but I wound up going to prison. And, I wound up going to prison after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me just ask you
Go. Hey, did you hear me?
Right? When we spoke about choices and product of your environment, came from the same neighborhood we came. He became heavyweight champion. Me and Kev went to prison. So, is me and Kev product of our environment, or is it like that? It's back to product of your choices.
I agree.
See, and he had a more adverse situation than us, right? And he could have easily just said, I'm going to crime. Like a Country James, right? He stared y'all out in boxing too.
Yeah.
Old time around our way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I'm saying, it's choices. He was determined to do something other than crime. And that's the thing with today's youth.
But I thank him because our paths, when I used to see Nuke in the hood, I used to be like, yo, you know what I mean? Crazy in shape, the dookie rope on, everything was crazy to come through with the Honda scooters, the cars. My cousin Dennis, shout out to my cousin Jam, he in Atlanta, all of them, they used to run together, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, I want to be like them boys. But then when I seen Nuke locked up in Sinks, and I'm conversating with him, I'm like, wow. And I never forgot it. You feel? And I tell him all the time, yo, when I first talked to him, I was bugging out, wasn't I? Yeah. Nuke, I was like, yo, I thought you was never coming home. You feel me? And a lot of them dudes is dead. And my cousin just came home. My cousin Stink just came home.
Same thing with me is, and I didn't know Nuke for a long time, but when I read his story and then, the type of guy he is, man, it makes me concerned. Be concerned. Same thing with KK. You know what I mean? I really don't trust these dudes.
Nah, they good dudes.
I don't trust them.
I just sat down with Mike for 3 hours with Mike Tyson. I just sat with Mike for three hours, and Mike said, yo.
That nigga, he had... Oh, my bad.
Nah, chill, y'all. I know niggas.
It was a terror in jail. Y'all don't even understand. He couldn't even get in. Yo, man, they had a special van for him.
I heard about that.
Hannibal Lecter.
They said that you came with
He snuck on a bus with me.
Tell us.
I was in a cage because I already had 2 cuttings. So they put me in a small cage on a bus. They made a mistake and put Nuke on our bus with population. Before the CO pulled out, they said, what's his last name? Green?
What's your last? Jet, what the f you doing on my bus? Yo, get him off my bus.
Wow.
And a van pulls up on the side of the bus. He went from the steps to the bus right in the paddy wagon. Boop.
Wow. What you do, champ?
That was like 80, 89, 90.
That's when I came back down from court.
You came back down from court. That's right.
Body.
Yeah. Or they charge you for another joint.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man, you got so many niggas. It's a shame. I don't want to. I've been hearing about that shit all my life.
Take it, chill out, man.
Oh,
This
man.
nigga crazy, man.
Yeah, you know what's okay? Sorry for shit.
Shoot,
My
champ.
bad.
He was up here talking to me regular, and you know what? I had to get mad at myself, and for some reason I unlocked. You know, you got to pay a little fee to unlock when you read the paper to read more.
Right.
I said, let me subscribe to it. This man's story's crazy. I'm like, he was in here with us. Just chilling like this guy, man.
You like, wait a minute, man. What the hell?
All that.
You know-
I do all that.
Oh,
You know,
my God.
you know what? If you're a book writer, it's the same thing. I'm gonna tell you something. If you're a book writer, what makes the story so much more outstanding is that you understate what you say or what you've done, and that's what we do. So when they really, you give them a little bit, like, yo, yeah, I jumped out the window. All right. Then they said, find out you jumped out the window after you killed 5 people. Oh shit! You said you just jumped out the window, but you killed 5 people before you jumped out the window.
I mean, 'cause
You ain't
crazy.
tell me that.
But you crazy too because I watched your
Nah,
live.
shut
No, I'm saying about it.
yeah.
Yo, hold on, remember before Shannon, you had them sit here. I watched his live. He told a story how he got locked up. It was a restraining order against him, and as soon as he did a year, as soon as he got out, he went back to the house that he had a restraining order against and looked through the window.
Yeah.
He said he saw his baby mother peeing, and she smelled the tissue.
Yeah, she did. She was on the toilet peeing. I'm looking. She wiped. You know the girl's white, but then she was like this. I was like, this is neat. So I jumped back off the balcony. I said, and I called. I said, yo, you nasty. I see. She was like, okay. She called the police on me. She called the police on me. I got locked up again.
Wow.
After doing a year, she locked me up again because I told her I said, you smelling your pee-pee or whatever. Yo, poo-poo, you heard?
Yo, sir.
Yo, what's wrong
That's
with
a
that,
fact.
son?
Yo, let me stop.
Let's go to the chin. So
Oh my God.
you go. How do you go? Because I really don't know about boxing, right? So I'm learning. So when you're in the gym and you're training, they got to sign you up. Where do you go next? To the Golden Gloves? They got to sign you up for it. Like, how does that work?
We signed up for the Golden Gloves. They basically kind of went around it. It was in the newspaper too at the
Exactly,
time.
in the
Remember
sports
that?
section.
Yeah, in the
You
sports
sign your
section.
name, your weight, yeah.
You cut it out yourself. You sign it. You put it in an envelope. You send it in, and that was how everybody. I mean, you gotta understand. Back in the '80s and the '70s, the Golden Gloves was official. Like, it wasn't like it. You go first day. It might be 100 people in your
That's
weight
a
class.
fact.
100 people. You be like,
New York
whoa.
State.
New York State. Everybody going crazy. But then fight night, it might be 50 people. 30 people. Cut down every night till it's like you and the best of the best.
10-5.
10-5, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a
Before that,
fact.
Don't you have the Empire State game?
Yeah, if you want to jump into that, that's what I won. That was my first.
Spanish gloves.
Yeah, I won that first. My bad. I won the Spanish gloves, the Budweiser, and I went up to the.
Facts.
I went up to
Did all
Syracuse
that.
and I won the Empire State. Then I
Right.
won the National Pound, and it was rap. I was on the team.
And then so you was on the team, and then when you say you on the team, what team are you on exactly?
I was on the USA team.
USA team.
Yes, brother.
Salute. Sorry, pardon me, champ.
It's all good,
Then
champ.
what happened? Then what happens next? Walk us through it, man. 'Cause you know you like to talk. You want to ask. I don't know if you're tired. Wake up.
Nah, I'm good, brother.
Don't let me start
chill,
talking.
chill.
I'm about to get at
Remember
you soon about these matches and these rumors, man.
Nah, it was all good. Let's
Huh?
shoot. Let's go,
I know
champ.
you can't tell me to shoot. I am gonna shoot.
Champ, listen, I'm ready for whatever.
I know you are.
So bust it.
I heard a bell.
Don't start
Oh, I was
swinging,
really.
man.
Oh,
Nah, so basically, so where was we?
You were saying that you was on the USA team.
Yeah, I was on the USA team, and I got the call that because I was homeless at the time. I was sleeping around different places, and then I got a call that this dude named Shelly Finkel was looking for me. You know what I mean? I was like, where? Well, you know what I mean? Shelly, who is he? First of all, then I found out it was the manager of Mark Breland. The whole 84 team, Pernell Whitaker, Mildred Taylor. I was like, where? What do you want me to? He was like, yeah, he heard about you. So I wound up getting this number, and then I wound up going to the city to meet him. And I was broke. I was homeless. He gave me 5 stacks right there in the office, bro. And I'll never forget that. I was like, wow. That was my first boxing money.
And what you did with it?
Oh, bro, I went crazy. Well, actually, he you know what the truth is? He had gave me a check. I never forgot it. It was on 34th Street. He gave me a check, and I was like, I started fronting like, oh well, you know, so and so, because I ain't had no way to cash. You know, put this in your bank or go to a bank. I had no idea, nothing. He was like, I came with some crazy excuse, and he was like, you can't cash it. I was like, nah, could you cash it for me? So he had his secretary go cash it. But I never forget, it was dead winter, and I had a windbreaker on, you know, like a little, I ain't had no coat. And he was like, why don't you have a coat on? Instead of, you know, I was like, oh, nah, this is good. This is all I need. And he looked at me, and that's when he gave me the $5. I went to Canal James, bought a coat. But when I left the building, it was just crazy. I talk about this in my book. I left the building. This dude tried to rob me for the 5 stacks. I went to get my token back, and you know I had the tokens back then.
Right.
I got the 5 stacks in my pocket. I go to get my token, and I pull out the bread on the low. You know what I mean? Not that I was even thinking. I just pulled my bread out. And this dude see me peeling off the $100. You know how the token booth lady in there, she taking her time, giving me my change and all that. And dude peeped the knot. Big old dude. He follows me on the train. You feel me? We get on the train is moving. He coming through. I seen him, because at first I was kind of like, you know what I mean? He dipped off. It seemed like I ain't see him no more. So I look through the carts. I see him coming. Big, tall dude. He coming through the carts looking like an animal. Like he looking for me. I'm like, oh, it's on. I'm thinking to myself, champ, chill, you got this money on you. And he came to the car and he seen me. Now you got to realize, this is like 4 or 5 o'clock. And he got on his thing. He started bugging out. And, you know, next thing you know, it was a fight on the train. And I laid him out. And
Next thing you know, it was a fight on the train.
So what he said to you? What he said to you?
he was like, it's funny. He was like, something about, you know, whoa. He was just talking, rambling on. He said something about, you got a problem with your bitch or something, whoa. And I was just like acting like he wasn't talking to me. And this old lady started praying, saying, you know, Jesus Christ, please in the name of God. She was like praying because she seen what was popping. And I started getting like a little nervous, like, and I was like, yo, chill out, man. He was like, what you say? And I just attacked. And he was in the corner of the train, and I was drilling him. And then I got off the train, and I was like, damn, I was bugging because I was so hyped up. I got off the train, went on the other side of the tracks, took the train up like 2 stops, went back because I had to get to Brooklyn. I was in Manhattan. I'm coming back down. I get all the way to Utica Avenue. Champ. I see they stopped the train. They got everybody off the tracks. They come through with a stretcher. They got dude laid out on a stretcher. They got the neck brace, everything on him. He walking past everybody. He's on the track, you know, on a joint. And as they passing me, he like this, and he just go, Yo, he didn't turn his head the whole time.
He was trying to sneak.
And when he got to me, he said, I said, I'm finished. But it got even crazy. I got on the next train. I seen my man Panama Eddie. You know what I mean? Remember Panama?
Yeah.
That's my dude. I seen Panama. He like, yo, Ali.
Gold front.
Yeah. He said, yo, Ali, what's
I
up?
forgot about
I said,
Panama.
yeah, I'm just chilling. I said, yeah, I'm chilling. And then he said, yes. I said, because he was on the train ahead of me or so. He said, yeah, some guy got jumped on the train or shot or something. And I was like, really? And me and him standing there, and that's when this happened. And when the dude looked at me and go, he looked at me, and I guess I showed him the money. I must have been talking to him first, showed him the money. He was like, Ali, where you get that money from? I was like, Shelly Finkel. He was like, and then when he seen that, he figuring that I did that. I'm like, nah, I was trying to get a token, dude, you know, and then this old lady came up to me and said, let me pray for you, my son. Right in front of him, and she was like, no, it wasn't your fault. Let me pray for you. So then he was always looking at me like, you know what I mean? But I was like, nah, you don't understand. But it was all good. So that was, you know, growing up and regular part of growing up. You know what I mean?
So then, what? You joined the Golden Gloves.
Yes.
And how far did you get on there when you joined the team?
I won the gloves. I won the gloves. I won everything you could win in New York. I got on the USA team, like I said. I traveled. I went to Ireland, Poland. I was moving and shaking. Cuba. I was moving and shaking. You know what I mean?
And then when did you turn pro?
I turned pro July 24th, 1992 at the Friar Tuck Inn in Catskills. Now, mind you, I told you, Mike left 79 and went up to the Catskills and all that.
Hold on.
Yes,
Do
champ.
me a favor. Take that chair, sit right here. Let Lisa sit right there for me, please. Let her sit down. I don't want her standing up over there. Please. Just take that chair, sit down. I don't want her standing.
Let's go,
I
champ.
brought her by surprise. She wants to see
Yeah,
a
come take a seat,
bobo.
please, Lisa. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all
She's
good,
just
champ.
standing and it's all family.
It's all good.
That's wife.
All right, let's go, champ.
Hey, sis.
Hey, how you doing, mama? Good to see you. Let's go, champ.
Hi, bobo.
Protection up. Poo brought protection.
Now she got
You
that
can
big
shit
full
right here,
fifth in that bag.
Oh
You see
my
that?
God. Put the
So-
guns down.
So, you talking about when you turn pro?
Yes, I turned pro July 24th in the Catskills. Ironically, I was trained by Teddy Atlas, who was the trainer for Mike Tyson. You feel me? We both from the Ville. He lived up the hill. He got kicked out. He got evicted. They lost their crib. They moved down the hill to Amboy. We lost our crib. We moved down the hill to Marcus Garvey. You feel me? So, which was literally a block away from Amboy. You know what I'm saying? So I've always looked up to Mike in a sense, whereas I've been following his lead. Then he went to the Catskills to train with Teddy. When they split, guess who Teddy started training? Me. You feel me? So it's always been that kind of somehow, you know what I mean, connection. And I love the man. He's like he's my Jack Johnson. You feel me?
Watching your highlights, you were pretty good.
All right, I still fight. I don't know why you saying pretty. I still get busy.
Hey,
I'm fighting in April, by the way. Yeah. Bare knuckle. Look at that.
Don't let your nuts hang.
Yeah, I got to,
I'm
champ.
just
I
saying,
always
I'm
keep
just saying.
it.
I
Yeah.
watch your highlights, man. You were
Thank you,
fast.
brother. Thank you, champ.
You know what I mean? You put it on, but
Yeah.
you did lose.
Yeah, it's part of the game. I don't call it losing. I call it I learned.
You did learn.
I learned.
You try to turn everything positive.
Yeah, I learned.
You don't say the N-word anymore. You say champ.
I say we all
So
champs.
let's change everything. So let's give me your first lessons you learned. What went wrong in the first lesson? I think that it was like with your 26 fight.
Yeah, but that wasn't my first loss. I had losses as an amateur. As an amateur, I had took some L's as an amateur. And, of course, they hurt. You know what I mean? I wanted to be undefeated in everything I did. You know what I mean? I was never really an athlete. I was never an athlete, period. I can't dribble. I can't shoot. I can't catch. None of that. You know what I'm saying? But I was nice with the hands.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But, yeah, you know, I took some L's. You know, I learned. I had some learning. It's like IS-55 in here. It's like IS-55.
Bars on the window.
We all went to the same junior high school. You know what I mean? We all went to the same junior high
me.
school.
He went to 263.
Oh, you went to 2C3? Oh, word? You went to Marcus?
Yeah.
You went to Marcus. I went to the
Mr.
school right across the
Haywood,
street,
Mr.
Risen
Davidson.
Christ, right across the street from Marcus.
Mr.
The
Haywood.
Catholic school?
Yeah, right, the
There's
Lutheran
only
school.
8 people in your class.
Facts.
You went there?
Yeah.
You gotta pay money to go in there.
Yeah, $50 a month.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
then
you
it went
had
to
wear
55.
You had to wear a uniform.
Yeah, white shirt, blue tie, all that. Yeah, that's how I learned how to fight. Yeah, you see? Yeah.
Hard bottom shoes.
Hell yeah, but I used to get the Playboys, the British Knights, British Walkers, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah. But that taught me a lot because my name is Shannon. I got a girl name, you know what I'm saying? And I went to private school, and I went to school across the street from Marcus.
Crazy.
The most craziest junior high school in ever. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
That's
literally.
where I went.
It was my man Sean Price went there. Everybody went to the Marcus.
Mr. Haywood.
Yeah.
Mr. Davidson.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I got on a white shirt, blue tie every day. I'm like, oh. But I learned, man. Again, I learned. I didn't lose. I learned.
But can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. What was your hardest fight? your opinion?
Sheesh. My hardest fight has been with myself, champ. It's been with myself, man. For real. You know, putting everything in perspective. As
was
far
deep.
As far as my life, put it in perspective. That's been the hardest fight.
Besides yourself, what was your second hardest fight?
Oh man, let me see.
I mean, you know,
In the ring, you mean?
Yeah.
Man, I fought Vitaly Klitschko, bro, and that wasn't such. It was such a hard fight. It's not that. It's just that in the first round, if you look at this, I popped my tendon in the first round, and it tore, and my elbow joint popped. So they had to do surgery, come through this side, and then come out this side. At the same time, my bicep popped in the first round, and I took like 279 punches to the head in that fight. And the worst part was I didn't get paid for it. So that in itself, when you get paid, you like, well, at least you know what I mean? I lost the fight. I took a beating. I fought with one arm for 12 rounds. So that was a rough one for me.
How did that happen? What do you? First of all, hold on. What do you mean you didn't get paid for? Explain that whole thing.
Yeah, ugly game. The boxing business in itself is an ugly game. That's why we want to open up the Brownsville Boxing Academy to teach fighters to be able to control and respect that paper. You feel me? And learn what to do with it. And not be talking about, yo, I'm going to get iced out. I'm going to get this car and that car in this house. Put that bread away. Invest in yourself as far as your future. You're going to be around for a long time, hopefully. You want to be prepared for it.
But you say you didn't get paid for that fight, though.
Champ, like, I'm about to get at you, Champ.
What was wrong?
Champ? My
Stop
bad.
trying to be respect to the positivity.
Yeah.
Why you ain't get paid?
Oh, because again, like I was saying, the boxing business is a dirty game. It's a business, if you want to call it anything. It's not a sport. It's a business. And I've been involved with people who took advantage of the situation. You know what I mean? Took advantage of the situation. And then I got paid. I wound up getting paid like pennies on the dollar, $480,000, maybe 2 years, a year and a half later. But by that time, I settled. That was a settlement opposed to keep going to court. I'm paying attorneys. I'm paying for because how I want to say how I won the case and how I got my bread was I paid a dude I found a dude who did over 3,000 cases for the government, handwriting specialist, and I paid him $30,000. Word is bond. When he walked in and seen my joint and seen my case, it took him less than 2 minutes to look at it and say this is a forgery. They took your signature and they scanned it multiple times on different documents. You feel me? And that's how when my lawyer presented that to them, like, yo, they was like, oh, we don't want to fight no more. Take this, 480 and chill.
What did they do? How did they do that? You want to say you want to give them?
Nah, it's all good. It's I started a company called what was it called? Golden Empire, and it was a sports agency, sports entertainment company. My partner, who is currently in prison, he was like he brought in some investors, and they pretty much was like, yo, we want to go another route. That route was in the music business. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what? You're going to take my company and you're going to basically trash it to the side or turn it into a music company now. And pretty much I was on the back burner. And that was my bread and butter. You know what I mean? I had the investor was keeping me afloat while I was building this company. And when they made a decision to go another route, I was left in the cold. And I made some attempts to explain to them, like, yo, that's not how this thing worked. Well, they was like, nah. So I said, well, what y'all doing? They said, we're going music route. We're going to get into the festival thing, making, music festivals. I said, well, my man is the biggest dude in the business. You know what I'm saying? My man Pascal, he started EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival. So I was like, yo, that's my dude. And they was like, nah, you don't know nothing about this. You know what I mean? Click. And I dropped the name on them, and they called me back 2 weeks later. Was like, what was that guy's name you mentioned? I was like, my man Pascal. They was like, oh, by the way, he's the man, Shannon. If you could make this happen, this could be life-changing for you. And I was like, really? So I was like, I said, okay, let me see what I could do. So I put it together. They wound up flying out to see him, getting in bed with each other, making, making something happen. And, you know how that go in business. The person get pushed to the side. The middleman get pushed, squeezed out. So I made that connection. They linked up to do some things, and it kind of left me. And then I fought, by the way. While this was happening, I was still building a company, negotiating contracts, trying to get them not to kick me to the curb. And I was training at the same time, training to fight Vitaly Klitschko, heavyweight champion of the world. My joint popped in the first round, my arm. I don't get paid. And they're still doing this business with my man. Or the dude I know. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm really devastated because now I find out Live Nation come in and offer them $100 billion. You know what I'm saying? And offer him $100 million. So I'm sitting there like, I'm broke as a joke. I got 30 stacks in my name. I got kids to feed, mortgage to pay. You know what I mean? I'm losing it all, and I'm just depressed, man. And they wind up settling with me like $480 a year after. Now, mind you, I came back from Germany, beat up. I mean, like I got hit by 2 cars. And luckily, you know what I mean, I go out, I meet a dude, we shake hands, we kick it. He said, come by my office. Go by his office, tell him my story, put out $50K. Here, I like you. We're going to do things together. I want you here working for this business. I started working for a digital marketing agency for 2 years. No more boxing. I'm done with it. And then actually 3 years. And then that wound up, my boss was like, yo, I want to get into boxing. And I was like, nah, you don't want to do that. You got a lot of bread. This is the easiest way to lose it. And he was like, nah, I want to get into boxing. I want you to be my guy. We're going to get fighters. So we started recruiting fighters. I begged him not to do it because I knew it was going to happen. I knew that my job was going to be in jeopardy. You feel me? I knew that this was not where he was going to be happy, a multi-millionaire in this game. That company wound up becoming Mike Tyson's sports, Mike Tyson's company. So I was there. I told him, yo, let's get Mike. Mike came in. Let's change the name of the company. It was from Equinity Sports to Mike Tyson Promotions. So, it was crazy, champ. But I was saying that to say something else, which was... Because you sitting looking at me like...
Now, we're talking about why you didn't get paid for that fight.
Oh, why I didn't get paid? So again, look, I'm a mover and shaker. I'm an entrepreneur. That this is how I make my bread. But I got other ways. You know what I'm saying? I own a coffee company. I own a pharmacy back at home in Miami. I go get it. He know, but let's go, champ.
So you mean when you fought Crystal, they didn't pay you at all?
Nah, they didn't pay me, champ.
And you pro?
Yeah.
You supposed to knock the promoter out, the trainer, everybody.
And that's where that thinking is what led me to a nervous breakdown. Word is born. I'm keeping it real because
that's what you wanted to do.
I wanted to go. I'm from, you know what I mean?
Every time we talk, because he still be wanting to do it.
That's why I love that man because I talk to him. We talk, and when he be like, "Yeah, you gotta relax, chill out."
But what I'm trying to say is that you see, and I like you.
Thank you, brother. I like you as well.
Do everything like you cool. Like he don't want to answer. Everything is like a mystic with him. Yo, listen, I signed a contract with them. I signed a contract. They jerked me out the deal. I didn't get paid. Did you take the fight knowing you wasn't gonna get paid?
Nah, of course not.
Exactly. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, okay, you already know that then. That's obvious. You know what I mean? I would have never fought if I wasn't gonna get paid. If I knew I wasn't getting paid, I wouldn't have walked up those stairs. And I damn sure wouldn't have not. Now imagine this: you taking a beat and you got one arm. The ref come like, yo, stop! I'm stopping the fight. Now I plead with him, no, you're not stopping nothing. I'm knocking him out this round. Watch, I catch him in the 9th round. He wobble. This is Vitaly Klitschko. He has the highest knockout ratio in the history of boxing, heavyweight division. You feel me? I took 279 punches to the head. He couldn't even put me down. Look at me, y'all. You see this chin? Iron. This is that Brownsville shit.
Let me ask you
Let's go, champ.
Walk us through how did you pop all that? Did you punch wrong? What happened?
Nah, I don't even know. I just threw the hook, man, and it popped, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot going on, champ. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Like, I was up the night before with the management team, the promotion team. I had been up for 3 days beefing with them. Like, it's not happening. I got to call this whole fight off. The whole Germany was going crazy. I set it off at the press conference. I was all over the country, man. You know how I be. I'm all over the country smashing everything. It's the champ. Shannon, they like, yo, we love you. You know what I'm saying? So the whole country was hyped. But then 3 days before the fight, I'm like, yo, the fight is dead. If I don't have a guaranteed number, you have not produced a paper saying what I'm getting paid to fight. There is no contract or the fight. How am I fighting? And that's when we realized they had used the rubber stamp joint on me. You know what I'm saying? So, it was ugly. But that ain't stopped me. So I was saying that to say, champ, I came back, got a job, was eating good. Eating so good, I ballooned up to 403 pounds. I was fat, champ. I was crazy. And then I was just suffering from depression. I was eating Krispy Kreme, 2-3 butter pecan ice creams a day, Haagen-Dazs, McDonald's. I was going crazy. I had a chef, and he was going crazy for me. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, make this, bake a cake, do that. And he was giving it to me. And then he was like, yo, champ, you wild and you're a good dude, but you drink a lot and you eat, and you know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm not boxing no more. So I wind up, and at the time, by the way, I was taking Depakote, Seroquel, Zoloft, Paxil. Yeah, they had me numbed up because they was like, yo, nah, it's for real, it's ugly. And I was getting bigger and fatter. And then one day my boy came in and was like, yo, champ, you need to try this. And it was a joint. And I was like, nah, I ain't with that. Because growing up, I had an aunt, and she used to smoke, and she used to beat me a lot, you know what I mean? So the smell would remind me of, the ass whippers and shit. So I was like never a big smoker or into that. So, but after doing a lot of research and realizing that I have PTSD, that it was something I should give a try. But I wound up trying it, long story short, and that was the day I cut my hair, by the way, the next morning. And I started saying, let's go champ, because it actually did something to me that I hadn't felt. It had made me happy. I had been so unhappy for 3 years after the loss. Even though I was making bread, I was depressed because I felt like I hadn't reached my potential in life. You know, I felt like I had let things slip away at times when I should have been more, you know, focused down. But then looking back now, in retrospect, I was my own boss. I was my own father. I did everything. I was calling the shots since I was 13. So I had to put that in perspective as well and say, yo, don't be so hard on yourself.
What lesson did you feel that you could have, you know, I know all the lessons that we learned in the ring, you felt that I shouldn't have took that, you know what I mean? Like what lesson, or you felt that you could have, you know, because the Klitschko joint, you were hurt.
Yeah. I would say when I fought Lennox Lewis, you know what I mean? He's one of the greatest of all times, but I fought him with a broken hand. Not to say it could have been any different. You know what I'm saying? He's the greatest of all time. One of the greatest, by far, top 5 heavyweights of all time, if not top 3. You know what I mean? But I say I went into that fight with a broken hand. Now, again, I was for the bread. I was $2 million on the table, 1.8 on $1 million on the table. I had just fought George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? And
you were turning. I'm looking at you were turning up.
Yeah, I just fought George Foreman and won the linear title. So they were like, yo, fight Lennox Lewis. And I was like, nah, not until I get my surgery. And I wound up getting the surgery. This one right here, you can't see it, but this one right here. I was supposed to get it. The day I was supposed to get it, my manager called me and was like, yo, come, I want to holler at you. And he said, I got $1 million for you. No, he said, I got $800,000 if you fight Lennox Lewis. I said, not happening, champ. I just came from the doctor. I did my pre-test and my surgery's tomorrow. He was like, yeah, but this is, you know, opportunities now. We went back and forth, and I wound up like, you know, I never had no real bread. I was like, yo, if you give me $1 million, I'll fight. And he was like, nah, I can't. We wound up going up to 1.8, and out of the 1.8, he took 8 and I took $1 million. You know what I mean? So that was a fight I definitely shouldn't have took. You know what I mean? I couldn't really do what I needed to do.
You took $800,000.
Yeah.
What percentage is that?
Yeah, it was wild with it. But you know what it was? It was bad timing for me, man. It was bad timing not having good lawyers. You know, the managers had everything. You feel me? They was controlling everything. Yo, you need this. And when I started beefing, going crazy, okay, you know, here, let's shut them up. Here, take a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, well, when we gonna start doing this and that and the third, so I can see, real soon. But looking back now, they was looking to see how long we could go before he lose, and then we don't gotta cash out. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta keep it afloat. So it taught me a lot about business.
Watching your highlights and stuff, even when, you know, Lennox Lewis punched you shake your head no. Like you were lit. You was.
I'm just, you know, from the Ville, champ. I'm just from the Ville, champ.
So let me ask you a question real quick, and I'm gonna go a little left here, and then I'm gonna get back to you because I have to get at you.
It's so funny, champ.
You said that the managers, right?
Yes, brother.
So let's use. I don't know if you could talk about Don King, for example. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were mad at him.
Yeah,
right?
I was with Don King for a minute. Short minute, but a minute. Yeah, I was with him.
What did he?
I made the most money I made with Don King.
What did he do wrong to people? I never, when I research it, I don't know if I can't read well or comprehend. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, what does people get mad at him? How does it work? Because I don't get it. Like, how does he take the money from you?
I can keep it real simple. I'm going to put it so we can all understand it real simple.
Yeah.
You need bread, right? You got a value. You worth something. Queens Flip is on the rise. His career coming up. He hot. People want him. G Money wants you. We all want to get, you know what I'm saying? We might be like, yo, we offer you $1 million. You be like, all right, that sounds good. 10 million, right? I offer you 10, he offer you 15, he offer you 20. G Money come right now with 5. Cash. We talking 10 million check. He talking 15, he talking 20. But he giving you cash. You like, wow. And a lot of times people jumped. They jump when they see cash. Cash smell funny. If you never smelled $500,000, you don't know what it smell like. It changed the smell of the room. $1 million make it smell real different. 10 million make it smell crazy. You feel me? crazy. Make the room smell
G-Money.
crazy.
The money talk,
That's what
baby.
you smell like,
You know what I'm
G-Money.
saying?
Smell it.
Oh,
You
man.
You
smell
smell like
it.
that, G-Money.
Oh,
You
man.
smell it. You like, wow.
Oh.
And when you smell that smell, it make you move. It make you be like, you know what? I'm going to go with this cash right now. And a lot of people have said no. But more people have said, yeah, I'll take the cash. And then they look back and be like, yo, that was a bad look on myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's how
Can
it
you
is.
really get mad at him, or you could get mad at yourself for jumping out the window, for being overzealous?
Well,
Can you get mad at Don King?
Well, I think people have been mad at Don King for other reasons outside of just the bad deals they've made. A lot of times, like, you from the hood, you box, you want to come up, but you ain't really going nowhere. So say I offer you, like, yo, look, bro, I'm gonna give you 100,000. You're like, wow, and I give you the 100, but I got 20 other dudes on the roster too that I got to take care of and keep them busy, and you in the background. You might gain weight, get fat, go up to another division. You might fall off. And the weight is the weight. The weighting game in boxing is a hard game because you're getting older. And as you sit, you rust. You got to go. You got to keep that timing clicking. You feel me?
That's absolutely
Yeah.
right.
So a lot of times dudes get shelved and they be like, yo, I got to do something. They take a bad deal. It's a crazy business, man. It's a really nasty.
Is it a bad deal when somebody exploits you? He did it to Ali. Did it to Mike. His daughter is your manager. The house is under his name, but your money paid for it. So he exploits you, just like some drug dealers do these young brothers out here.
Facts.
So it's the same thing.
I don't like to kick dirt on
It's not
Dom
dirt.
because everybody do. Everybody the same. Let's stop. Let me start with. Let me say this. Everybody the same. Yeah. I ain't met I've met 2-3 people in boxing that I can say, wow, this guy ain't got the heart for. He got a pure heart. Because everybody's slimy, champ. I seen grimy, slimy piece of shit fighters, piece of shit promoters, managers. They all, they should be together. It's too many.
But
you feel me? It's too many. It's too many.
Right?
You knew Joey Furriello?
Right?
Yeah, I know him.
But
I know.
this
He
is
had
why-
Mark Breland, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
think
Junior Jones.
Yeah, and Junior Jones.
He
I know.
passed away when I was.
I
But
know.
this is why we want to do the gym, right? For this purpose right there, what you just said.
Facts.
To clean it up. Because if you and G Money, like y'all have a partnership now, right? You the fighter, G Money the brain. He's bringing his own bag to it. But let's be for real, right?
Yeah, I get
Bring your own bag.
Stupid.
And you learn every aspect of this business. Like Shannon says, a business.
It's a business. Facts.
And this is the whole thing, man. To try to bring some clarity to what he's been through. And we're not dealing with the trauma that he's been through everything he's been through in life, and then for somebody to exploit him. Because they knew he came from nothing.
Right.
So they throw a number in front of him. And because he wanted to dig himself out the hole or go back to what we used to call Atlantic Tower the suburbs in the hood. Because they had a swimming pool and all that shit. It was like Roxdale and Queen, the bougie place.
The terraces.
Right?
Nice.
All that shit.
The balconies. I
You know,
got.
yeah, I know.
My
Nice
aunt
shit.
living there.
Yeah, nice
You know,
shit.
and what I'm saying is that
Beautiful.
this is the thing that we are trying to get away from today, the exploitation. No matter what business it is, rap business, it's being exploited, but especially boxing. Because a lot of these boxers come from nothing.
No education, no money, no power. But like, yeah, if a dude tell you, yo, look, I'm giving you 5,000 a week, 1,000 a week. You went from zero, 1,000 a week, 1,000 a week. That's 4,000 a month, right? Your bills is paid. You like, yo, all right. If he tell you, yo, listen, you doing this, you fighting this dude, you like, all right. Yo, you running at this time, you doing this and third. Yo, you got to do what you got to do. You need a boss. You feel me? And then, I look back, man, and I say to myself, man, it's like Luke said, it's the best thing is to help the next generation of kids, because it was times when I got jerked by multiple managers or promoters that it was nothing stopping me from catching a body, except the fact that I got kids and I got a wife to say, I don't want to spend the rest of my life. And they was counting on that, by the way. They knew you got something to lose, homie. You're not going, I got you for this bread. And I literally would get numbers and call them, be like, yo, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. You feel me? And they'd be like, But they were scared. So what they do? Go to the police. Terroristic threats. You feel me? For my bread, my family got to eat. My kids missing meals. And you telling me, got to deal with it. So how do I deal with that? Where I'm from, how I deal with it is I get at you. I'm going to get at you. You feel me? But they hide behind the police. They hide behind contracts. And they make you be the bad guy. You're the bad guy because you want what you fought for. You know what I'm saying? And that's what drove me to depression. 403 pounds out of the game. And then I took a joint and changed my life. In some ways, got me back to thinking good. Got me back to thinking healthy as far as being positive. I lost 168 pounds, 10 fights, and 10 wins straight, 9 knockouts. And more importantly, I started traveling the world again and meeting people and connecting with souls like mine who had been through stuff, who had been hurt and said I was giving up. But I heard you say, let's go, champ. I watched your videos. And then because of you, I'm feeling good. I'm happy about my life. I stopped drinking. I'm clean. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? So I get that so much that it's become part of my life where it's helped me as well. You know what I mean?
How many of the in-ring rematches that you wanted from the lessons that you learned? Who did you want to rematch besides? Because you chased...
Yeah,
you
Klitschko. I chased his brother because the other one retired. The one that beat me retired.
Yeah, I know
you know
that.
what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm going to get your brother. And then I'm going to make you come back. But I couldn't get his brother.
Why you couldn't get his brother?
He ain't want it. I was on that. I got in shape. I went crazy. I was like, let's go, champ. I was just focused like a horse with the blinders on. I was just like, yo, that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to dedicate my life to winning this title for the third time. You know what I mean? That's what I did. And it was great for me because I got to see, like, throughout my career, I moonlighted as a boxer. I did some movies. I was fortunate to be in great business deals, to be collecting bread outside of boxing where I didn't have to die in the ring. It was times where I turned fights down. I was like, nah, I ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, and I'm like, nah, I ain't ready. Because I knew they were trying to, again, exploit me to get me beat. You know what I'm saying? And they got to the point where they blackballed me in the game. They put me on the blacklist. I've been blacklisted 3 times in the game. And the only thing that saved me this time is what you guys are in front of right now. The computer, social media. You feel me? They can't stop me when I got 100,000 people saying, let's go, champ. They can't stop me when all the fans want to see me in the arena. You can't stop me when my merch is still moving. You feel me? And they don't like it. They dislike me. But guess what? I'm still a champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
What was the first movie you was in?
Man, I did my first one. I did a movie called The Retirement. I did a movie called The Whackness with Redman.
Transporter 2.
Yeah, I did that. That was
Bad
great.
Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2. Yeah, my
you was
nephew.
also in New York Undercover.
Yeah, remember that back in the day? Yeah, I was
How
on
you
that.
feel that homie came out and said that he like
He said what? He said what? He said what?
Yeah, he said what?
Chicks with dicks.
Yeah, Malik Yoda. He said, he said he like chicks with.
I never heard him say that. I don't know nothing about that.
He did. He said it on the radio.
Good answer. Good answer. Good
Yo,
answer.
Champ,
Good answer.
I ain't got nothing to do with that, champ.
I didn't say you got something to do with that, but how you?
I ain't hear it. I don't know nothing about it.
Respect, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Respect. I'm about to get at you though. Now.
Come on.
So you was supposed to fight. Bring us to the time you was supposed to fight, and the fight didn't go through because of some sort of tests that they took. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah. I told you I'm an advocate for cannabis. I also was, I think, popped for some other substances or whatever, what I'm saying. But it's all good. I took it on the chin. You know what I mean? I'm 48,000 years old, man. What can they do to me?
So, but did you?
I was on a 4-month suspension. That was 4 years ago. The suspension ended in 4 months. I think it was like 120 days, if that. I just decided to give it a break. I really focus on my outside businesses. I got a baby girl now, and I really want to set her future up in business. I got a pharmacy down in Florida. We're doing some big things. We got a digital marketing agency called Diversity Digital. And, things are moving, man. I'm really trying to keep my entrepreneur hat on. Although the ring has always been calling me. It's part of me now. And so I'll be fighting probably in the next couple weeks. Look at him, y'all.
Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
y'all.
Look at
Let's
him,
go,
y'all.
champ.
Let's go, champ.
I mean, do you when you go through these things and these setbacks, do you have any regrets? Right?
Unfortunately, that's part of that.
2017.
Yeah, it's part of that post traumatic stress. This disorder is harping on things that you can't change, and kind of like trying to keep it in perspective. Like, you know what, champ, let that go. Focus on the future, not look back. You know what I mean? It's not easy, but it's something that I'm accomplishing.
What do you think about So you about to fight in a couple of weeks? Yes.
Couple months, yes, brother.
Couple of months.
Yes, brother.
Do you know who you fighting?
I got a few people lined. I got a few people lined up. I'm gonna fight a boxing match, and then the next one I'm gonna fight a bare knuckle match. My first bare knuckle fight. I can't believe they let people fight bare knuckle. They never seen any. I can't believe they gonna let me hit somebody without a glove. I think they're gonna change it up. I think they're gonna come up with something last minute. Let's go, champ. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
You also did kickboxing too, right?
Yes, brother. I fought in K1 in Japan. That was an experience. I did that one time, brother. Only one time. And that was cool. Never again. But it was an experience. Dude kicked the shit out of me. And then I was like, all right. You know what I mean? I did my thing, and I was like, never again. It's two different worlds, you know what I mean? It's two different worlds.
Who do you... Heavyweight matches happened, right?
Yes.
Fury and Wilder. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
It happens to the best of us and the worst of us. People get knocked out. I think that we were all in shock and we was all quiet. I've been quiet. I was quiet for like 2-3 days, just like, wow, because he our champion, you feel me? He American, he African American, he black just like us, you know what I mean? So he ours, and not to make it a black and white thing, because I literally spoke to Fury, I want to say, 40 hours before the fight, I spoke to Fury, and I was like, yo, box, jab, right hand jab, no hooks, no uppercuts, I don't want you close, stay away. He was like, nah, I'm knocking him out. And I'm arguing with him. I'm like, champ, box. No, listen to me. You got everything. You got that. Nah, I'm knocking him out. He said, I'm knocking him out. And he was adamant about it. So he knew what he knew what he had to do. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew what he was going to do. I think we all felt hurt for Wilder. You lose that 0. He was so. He's not a humble dude. So it's like with his whole thing, we started believing it. You know what I mean? His whole, you know what I'm saying? We started, okay, maybe you are, because everything he touched, he put into sleep. So we all bought into it, which he do hit crazy hard. Can't take it away from him. But we all knew he couldn't fight. We all knew he just throw wild punches. We all knew he got thunder, but he ain't got no skill. That's why I was so thirsty to fight him, and I was on him, stalking him, trolling him, whatever y'all want to call him. You look back to the record, go back to the videotape, you'll see where I was always on him, because I was trying to get what I was trying to expose what I seen. If you take the punch, which I look at my record, it speaks for itself. I fought George Foreman, one of the hardest punches of all time. Ray Mercer, one of his hardest punches. Vitaly Klitschko, Lennox Lewis. And let me tell y'all something. If you ain't never been hit by Francois Botha, you ain't never been hit. The White Buffalo hit dumb hard. That's 5 former heavyweight champions. You feel me? But I took all their blows. I said, if I just get close to him, G Money, if I could just get close to him, I'm gonna take his heart. Because once he hit me and he realized that that's all he got, you know what I'm saying? Now it's my goal. You feel me? And I seen what I seen. Fury hit him with a body shot and lifted him up off his feet. And that's all I wanted, champ. And shout out to Fury. Shout out to Wilder. We all felt sorry at
Shout
first.
out
like,
to Fury, man. I had 200 on Fury.
Yeah. I felt sorry for Wilder, because even though, you know what I'm saying? Because we love him, because he ours. But, okay, now, get up, back on the horse. Let's go, champ. It happened. We felt sorry for a week. This week, no more sorry. Get your ass back. Take some time off. Get back in the gym. Go win your title back.
What do you think he was lacking?
The ability to process the whole situation. You got a big man, head is up here, hit his body, right? And me and you boxing, right? I'm not. Your head is there. I'm going for that body, because look, the head move, but that body don't. Look, The head move, but that body don't. He should have been shooting right hand straight to the body to Fury. He should have been, when they got close, prepared to rumble. Prepared, but look how small he was compared to Fury.
So when Fury was on him,
Yes.
right, that takes, to put the weight on, does it take energy out of the opponent if he puts the weight on you?
So much flip.
Yes, it
so
does.
much flip. So much flip.
So that's a tactic.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Fact.
Facts. Right now, stand up. Come on, stand up. Show us something, champ.
No, he like
Be
that
careful.
shit.
Be careful, Flip. Take it easy, man.
Chill, champ.
We fighting. I got you like this.
Get off me, champ.
By the time the referee break it up,
Yo, champ.
look how you trying to get away. Look. Look at that. Now look how much energy you see.
What the hell?
You see? You see?
What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Get off of me, nigga.
He don't like that shit.
You feel me?
Yeah,
That wrestling.
Better you than me, man.
Now
Better you than
imagine
me.
that. You're doing that round after round.
And he fighting to try to get out of it.
Oh.
The lights, the heat, the people.
He blamed it on his. Do you think that could play?
Shouldn't have did it. Shouldn't have did it.
I thought when they did that, it saved energy. That's what I thought before. When they just fight, they used to do that to kind of like
Back in the
preserve
days,
energy.
they used to smoke, right?
Hell yeah.
And inside the place where you boxing,
Oh.
Facts.
they smoked big cigars. The Italian, everybody was smoking big. They stopped that.
Ringside,
When they stopped that, around ringside,
Yeah,
that was
I
the
don't like
worst.
What's that? The
Fall.
mid-80s, right?
The
Those
mid
were
'80s.
I remember that. I
When
remember
they
that.
stopped
Yeah, they
all
used to
smoking and
smoke
stuff.
in there.
So when he, and because I watched it, I was in here watching it, and I felt bad as well. That's,
Me too. We felt sorry.
you know,
for him.
and Fury, you know, he's singing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie" and all that type of crazy stuff. I gotta get at him too.
That's your song, though.
Yeah, I know, but I ain't like when he's singing like that. What did Fury do right? Or was there a way if Wilder was there a way Wilder could have won with how Fury was? Do you understand what I'm saying?
For him to win, he would have had to have been able to chop into that body, and he would have had to been trained to.
Poor baby.
Yeah, he'd have had to been trained to brawl or box. But how do you box a man so wide when he's cutting the ring off? Fury ain't no joke. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be hating on fighters, but I be trying to get at everybody because I feel like I can fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? So but I got to give my props up. He a big man that can move. Look at his legs. He was able to bounce back. He was able to step back a lot of times and put his left hand up to stop that right hand. He ate a right hand, a couple of them. He took him like a champ. And I think that broke my man's will. I think Wilder's will got broken at a certain point. He was like, damn.
Spirit.
His spirit. He was fighting on his back
In the
foot.
first fight, Fury took everything he had. He wasn't scared.
Right.
Coming into that second fight, he just executed his plan. Because he took everything in the first fight from this guy, right?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So and now if I just work my plan, what I gotta do, because Wilder didn't change.
Yeah. He ain't boxing shot time. He went to fight. And it
Did he
was,
really lick the blood off his neck? You see
nah,
that?
he was just doing like this. Like
Going
licking.
down.
He was just doing like that. He didn't
That was
But
weird.
what's the so when a trainer come in? Let's use the same example. When a trainer come in, if you get a different trainer, a trainer can show you a different style, and you know, but do people really adapt that style? Are you able to adapt it, or like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like when a trainer come, like sometimes people get new trainers. Do they adapt the style that the trainer teach them? You know, because they get, you know, can you adapt it if you used to fight in a certain way for a long time?
Everybody's different. I've seen fighters, adjust.
Adjust. That's the word.
They adjust, get a new trainer, adjust, make adjustments, and you like, wow, I look like a different fighter because he with the trainer. Everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm the type of guy that.
Slide over this way a little bit.
Pardon me, champ. I'm the guy. I fight the way I fight. You know what I'm saying? And I may change my game plan up. When I come to the center of the ring, I might look at you and see something and be like, you know what? Attack.
Not like you though, champ, man. I watch your highlights, man.
Good
You
looking,
throwing-
champ.
you know, you going fast, man.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
don't
I'm
play.
saying?
Yeah,
You
I
going
was
fast.
born with asthma, so I always had to get in there and get it over with.
Yeah, you going fast, man.
Yeah.
You going in raw. You going raw fast,
Let's
man.
go, champ.
So, how many children you got?
Excuse me, champ?
How many children do you have?
I got 3, brother.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 by the same woman, by the way.
Respect. Me
Yeah,
too.
thank you. Oh, there you go. Let's go, champ.
Let's go.
Yo,
champ.
so if you could, it might be a tough question, but if you could, like, can you take us in the ring with you, like your mindset when you go in the ring to like any fight, it don't matter who you fighting against, but just in the ring, like what's the vibe, like what's your mental state like when you're in the ring? Like bring us to the ring with you.
Well, to be honest with you, it all begins when I get that call, when you call me and say, yo, Shan, I got to fight for you. That's when it begins. When I get that call or that text or that call, like, yo, I got to fight for you, and I accept the fight. So now I'm like, okay, I'm fighting so-and-so. I got to prepare, and that's when I'm in the gym. I'm doing whatever I got to do. Now, by the time I walked up those stairs, if I ain't already got it together, it's a wrap. You feel me? If I ain't already put my whole plan as far as conditioning and my mental strength together, it's pretty much a wrist wrap for me. You know what I mean? But and when I'm in the ring, of course, I'm thinking win. I'm thinking how do I get him up out of here? You know what I'm saying? How do I make this easy? I knock him out. Do I gotta work around? Do I box? You know what I mean? It's just the mentality is win.
Previous fights?
I've done that. That. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad. I watched the dude fight, and when I fought him, he fought totally different. I was like, what the hell? I was waiting for him to do certain things that he wasn't doing. Right. And I was like, you know what I mean? I fought one dude. I fought him twice. He fought me totally different the second time. You feel me? I knocked him out the second time. You know what I mean? Thank you, champ. But wrestling with Queen's Flip. Look at him.
Yeah,
Got me sweating. You strong, champ.
Yeah, you strong too.
Let's go, champ.
I want to ask you an honest question.
Shoot, brother.
And I don't know if I didn't ask you this earlier, but who would you said, you said that I asked you about your hardest lesson, but who hit you the hardest?
George Foreman hit me hard. He hit me dumb hard. He hit me dumb hard.
But you took that.
Yeah, he hit me dumb hard though. I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, real talk. Every time I start falling asleep, I just do like that. And the doctor said my body, the adrenaline had spiked up so crazy from the just the punches, man. It really felt like getting hit by a car. I've been hit by a car before, so I felt literally like getting hit by a car, but the car hitting your head. You know what I'm saying? Not your body. You know what I mean? So it was crazy.
And you said, is it Francois or Francis?
Francois both. Yeah.
You said he hit hard, right?
Dumb hard. Everything.
I'm looking at the house.
Yeah, he broke my ribs with a right. I went to throw a jab, and he came under with a right hand and broke my ribs.
Really?
Yeah. In the 5th round, I said, "Damn!" I felt it. I said, "Yo, damn, boy, I want to kill this motherfucker." Word. Yeah.
I'm watching it. Yeah. So
dumb hard.
But George Foreman hit the hardest. And because George Foreman fought, he fought, for a long time. He kept fighting, and but people said that he was a tough cookie.
Yeah, it was something about his punches because they weren't that fast, but for some odd reason they would get to the point. You'd be like, oh, it's like it be coming like this. So you be like, I got time. Let me go do this. Then the third. But somehow, when you finish all that, you get right back to where you're supposed to be in front of that fist. You know what I mean? Right back where you're supposed to be. Wow. And you be like, yo, how did he hit me with this stupid shit? You know what I mean?
Because he don't seem fast on TV.
But they get there.
What do you think about a couple more questions, then we gonna wrap it up. What do you think, like people like Floyd Mayweather? What do you think about him?
Great fighter, made a lot of money, still making a lot of money. Great for the sport, great for his family. He's the champ.
He always want to be
best defense fighters there.
Cool,
He don't get hit.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm the honest truth. I mean, what can I say bad about the brother?
He makes
gonna tell you
look
something.
ugly in the ring.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Floyd make people look ugly in the ring. He
Yeah, he
got
do
a
his
hell of a
thing.
defense.
Floyd discovered something no boxer has ever done.
What's that, brother?
The art of defense.
There you go.
Got that down pat.
Told you he's a defensive
Got that
fighter.
down pat.
He make you look ugly.
But
He's not even his way of fighting is defense.
Right.
His defense makes him an offensive great fighter.
He don't
And
get hit.
everybody, he don't get
He
hit.
don't get hit. He make you look ugly. I don't care how good you is. He make you look at all Floyd fights. He make people look ugly.
We know naturally boxing is blood, sweat, and tears. Boom, boom. That's the art of it. But he twisted. He put a twist in it and made it look like he was a ghost.
You know,
That's
and
it.
look, you know
He
who
did. He
remind you
mastered
of?
that.
He remind you of Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea was
definitely.
a great
Rest in
defensive
peace,
fighter.
Pernell. That was my boy. And again,
Great.
going back a little bit, not to
It
cut
goes
you
back
off,
to what
champ.
you said though.
But not to cut you
Emulating
off.
somebody.
When I got my first trip out of town, when I get with Shelly Finkel, he sent me to Virginia Beach. After he gave me the 5 stacks and I beat dude up to keep my 5, He sent me to Virginia Beach, and on the first day I met Pernell Whitaker, bro. And he was like, he called me New York. He was like, in New York, come with me after the gym. And we jumped in my car. We jumped in the car and went to his crib. And he was like, I want to show you something. He had just seen me box. He said, I seen you box earlier. He said, you could have something like this one day. I was like, wow. I just got there. Just got off the plane. They was like, we going to see what he got. And if he ain't got nothing, he's going back today. I got there in the morning. I got there at 11. They made me box at 12:30. I was like, against a pro. And I put it on him. Fing, 5. And it was like, I came out through, and they was like, my name is Shannon. There ain't nobody saying that. They like, yo, what's his name? Call him New York. New York, come here. You got it. And I wound up staying out there for 8 months. So I had a place to stay. I had an apartment. You know what I mean? So that was sweet. You know what I mean? But shout out, rest in peace.
Shout out to Sweet Pete Whitaker, man.
He gave me that. He
that's
jump in the
crazy.
car. First day I landed, he said, jump in the car. You know what I mean? So that was a big inspiration for me.
We interviewed James Toney and called you on the phone.
Yeah, that's your man.
That's my man.
That's your man.
Yeah. We interviewed him, and you said that you were
I'll beat shit out of him.
I doubt it.
Beat shit out of him. I beat shit out of him. He my man, a legend.
You sound
Yeah, but I beat shit out of him.
I forgot about that phone call.
Yeah, we called him.
I forgot about that. That was in the, I didn't even know.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Call him now.
Yeah, call him right now.
Nah, I ain't calling him.
I don't even want to talk on the phone. Bring him in here. You know what I mean? I don't know more talking. All that talking is for nothing.
Let's
He was
go,
one of my
champ.
favorite fighters.
Nah, by far one of the greatest middleweights of all time. Even won the heavyweight title, right? But they snatched it back from him. Yeah, he the man. Nah, I love James. James got a big mouth. He be talking off. He be talking crazy. But you gotta love
You
him.
talk crazy too.
Nah, I keep it 100. Like if I want to fight you, I'm gonna tell you I want to fight you. If I think you a sucker, I'm gonna tell you I think you a sucker, champ. You feel me? I keep it real. You know what I mean? I don't never do nothing out of character except try to make a fight. You feel
You
me?
think it's flip?
I was looking for you, son. Nah. Flipper's a good dude. I watch you, pop off and do your thing, and I'm very, very proud of you, man. You got your brother up here, and y'all doing it, man. The world is watching y'all, man. So I want y'all to know this. The world is watching y'all, so be responsible. You feel me? A lot of things y'all doing is beautiful. I wake up every day looking to see if y'all put up a new video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And y'all giving. I know the urban crowd just snatch it up and all that, but y'all big. Y'all much bigger than just the urban, y'all. You feel me? Y'all much bigger. I know. I'm not trying to. I'm keeping it 100. Y'all much bigger than that, because you know what I'm saying. A lot of times, a lot of people like, I'm saying, y'all be looking for the static. Like a lot of times people be beefing like, I was on Queens Foot and you said this. You know what I'm saying? We don't want nothing to happen to y'all. We want everything to be great. Nothing gonna happen to y'all, but we want y'all to be great, and because y'all gonna make the people great. People watching, the kids watching too, champ. Word is born.
like that, man.
Yeah, the kids watching.
Good guy,
Ask
man.
you a boxing
Good
question
guy,
before
man.
we wrap it up.
Good guy, man. He cool, man. He cool.
He corny, man.
They've been
Chill,
waiting.
champ. Chill.
Cool, cool, champ.
Chill,
They've
champ.
been waiting to chop you. They
I
can't chop
know
you right
they
now.
can. I already knew what
Kill
Flip
them with
was on.
kindness.
I already know. I've been talking to Flip for years.
Flip is twitching his chin like, ooh. Flip got you.
Even with the substance thing, he was bad. Yeah,
It is what it is. I keep it 100. Shoot,
Ever
champ.
fought Mike?
Huh?
Would you have ever fought Mike?
He would have dusted me off. Mike is Mike. Mike is Mike, champ.
How you know you would have dust you off? You would have never know.
I wouldn't because I respect him too much. I can't even.
So you wouldn't have took that fight?
I mean, I would have took it, but he would have ate me, so it ain't even no problem. I mean, I keep it 100. Mike was Mike, you know what I mean? But I would have went in. I'm a soldier too, but the facts would have probably been he would have ate and not have been there. But the good part is we probably both made a lot of money. But the good part, even better part, it never had to happen. I was just with my brother 2 weeks ago. We had a phenomenal time. I had my nephew Freddie Brito, Fred Money with us. We had a great time out there with Mike kicking it. And we're looking forward. Mike's going to be in this docuseries. Actually, he's co-producing it. Never Ran, Never Will is the title. And these two brothers, and why I'm so happy that they're part of this. These are the boxing directors, of the community center. So I don't want to say of the Brownsville Boxing Academy. So that's why I was hyped when I seen them. You feel me? Let's go, champ.
Why me and Cat wasn't in California?
I invited
Okay,
Kev.
why we ain't go?
I don't know why, man.
We know why he ain't go. The person that he ain't make him go was in the building.
Oh, okay, let's go.
We know why you
Kev.
ain't go.
Oh, why you looked at me?
Oh
You
yeah,
looked at me like,
yeah.
let's go.
They got the
Kev.
phone call.
Oh, man. Let's go, champ.
So, Champ, where do you see? So after the you think you get another title run?
I hope so. I'm 48 years old, man. I feel like this year I'm going to have a couple fights to get myself back. And hopefully by the end of the year, if not 2021, I'll be in a title fight.
Your marketing skills are crazy, though.
Oh, thank you,
Like,
champ.
you really was running around in places. Like, your marketing skills are crazy.
Everywhere.
Are you bringing that type of energy back, or you just,
Well, yeah, it's never really left. Like I said, I've been focusing more on the business as far as taking care of the family. Boxing don't really pay me well unless I build up to get a big fight. And that's what I've been. I've been literally financing my career to get a big fight. And when I get a big fight, it's when I cash out, or cash in. Mm-hmm. And it's a journey. I like right now, for me to get into title contention, I'm gonna have to invest into fighting 4 or 5 times to get the rust off me. Stay in the gym, stay eating good, sparring partners. When you say you sparring Shannon Briggs, I need $2,000 a week. Like, champ, you just left homie camp. You was getting $400, $500 a week. Oh, that's Shannon Briggs. That's big money. You feel me? So that in itself costs a lot. People don't know it's very expensive to be a fighter. You know what I'm saying? An A-class top. Like, I just heard that LeBron James spends $1.3 million a year on his, physical therapy, and I'm like, wow, that's a true champion. You feel me? I'm saying investing in his own body. You know what I mean?
Tell us, G, before just walk us through one more time as far as the boxing gym you trying to open up in Brownsville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What we doing with that, man?
It's live at 5, man. We gonna fight. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna change the environment because I envision Marcus Garvey, Tilden, Van Dyke, Brownsville Houses, Langston Hughes, Sufflo, Sally Matthews, Amboy, Towers, everybody having a fighter that they love and that they respect and that they get behind. And when we have that and we take the best of the best and we got a boxing team with uniforms, with blazers, this is an academy. You feel me? This is a boxing academy that we're going to travel the world. Just like I got out of Brownsville, we're going to take these boys around the world kicking ass. We taking them everywhere. You got a team, we coming to fight. And I think that's going to bring a lot to the community. That's going to bring a lot of pride to it. That's what we do. We get busy in Brownsville. You feel me? But we ain't getting busy with guns and all that no more. There's a jail in Brownsville. And what's the name of it? Crossroad. It's in Brownsville.
For the young brothers.
They still there?
Yeah.
Go to Brown, right?
Right across the street from the
It's a jail in Brownsville.
right?
Yeah. It's a jail in Brownsville.
across the street from the 73rd.
Yeah, right up there. It's a jail in Brownsville.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
For the kids, because they go out of town. There's so many when they get to the jails. They built the Brown. Guess what we're going to do? From the jail to the gym. From the jail to the gym.
That's right.
Mike made it.
Education.
Shannon made it. Riddick made it. You can make it too, champ. You feel me? I sure, champ.
Logan Paul. Tell us how that came together.
My man, Paulo Moreno, he manages him. And he was like, yo, champ, these kids want to box. I was like, word. The first time I sent my man, he went out there, he did the job. And then they brought me in for the pro job. And, unfortunately, we didn't get the win. I thought he won, as a lot of people did, but he didn't get the win. And
you were saying some things that he's white, he's right. Yeah. You were saying some comments like that.
Yeah, I think they probably took out a text, but at the same time, it is what it is. He's white. This is a white country we live in. This America. And if you have a white fighter that's doing great, they're gonna back him and support him like as they should. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, the good news is that he could fight and he white. So what can you say with that? But it's the truth.
So, what's the background with those two fellas?
Who's that?
Logan Paul and the guy he was fighting. What was the background?
They've been beefing for a minute. They're YouTubers. They YouTube sensations. They're huge on the internet, and they was beefing, and they got it on twice, and they made a lot of money doing it. So that's the good. And nobody got hurt. That's the good news. They all went home. Nobody got hurt, and they made crazy cash.
I think they're trying to fight again. You think so?
Yeah, I think my man Logan gonna fight Antonio Brown, and Logan's brother Jake is gonna fight KSI. Yeah.
Fighting at the Barclays, right?
Who's that?
One of them is fighting at the Barclays Center, right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Are they still paying? To back in the days when I turned pro, they used to pay us each round to fight.
Yeah.
They still do it?
Nah, not really. They just pay a set
'Cause I
fee.
just heard you say $4,000 a week to
Yeah.
spar. They used to do us rounds. Like,
Right. That
Remember back in
sometimes,
the day?
yeah, they'd be like, yo, I do you $100 a round, $50 a round.
Right.
That you can work it like that, but a lot of dudes be like, nah, that ain't working for me because they got spoiled. You go to Mike Tyson camp, he put you on the payroll, you getting a stack $2,000 a week or whatever, and he might not even use you. So you just sitting in the room hoping like, damn, Mike got 30 dudes in camp, 30 sparring partners. He knocking out every day. Say he knock out 5 today. But he got 25 more than he spars. So he just sitting there sweating like, man, I hope he don't pick me today. You know what I mean? The next day,
fact.
Mike, they out of there. You know what I'm saying? And they dragging them out by their feet, pulling them out the ring. It was crazy, man. I heard crazy stories about them boys, man. Crazy stories.
You couldn't pay me enough money to do that, man.
Let's
Tell
go,
you that.
champ.
You know what I'm
Queens Flip in the house. G Money. Look at him, y'all.
saying? I was gonna ask you. So, when did you meet your wife?
Oh, I met my wife on a blind date in 1993. Yeah, on a blind date, and I wasn't gonna show up. I thought my man was trying to, like, we had this joke where I'd be like, yo, I got a girl for you, and then the girl be like, whack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The one for him, and mine's be fly. I had caught him out there like 3 or 4 times. So he rolled with it, but this time he was trying to get me back. I was like, no, my friend. But I wound up leaving my glasses at the crib. I had bought some Cartier frames that day, earlier that day, and I was going on another date actually, but I went back to the crib to get the glasses in. When I got there, he had showed up with them. And when I walked in the crib and I seen her sitting on the couch, I had my homie in the car that we was going on, take it with some other girls. I went back outside. I was like, yo, son, bounce. I'm going to chill with them. He was like, nah. I said, bounce. I was like, get out of here. She fly. And we wound up kicking it that night. And then, that was it. Love at first sight. You know what I mean?
How she feel about you boxing though? She supported or?
She from Brooklyn too, so you know what I mean. We both from Brooklyn. You know what I mean. So we just, but she's just supportive, man. My wife loves boxing. You know what I mean. She she's a good, beautiful woman. She's tough. She's strong. So she's been very supportive. She's been more supportive than anybody I've ever met.
Is she the nervous wife on the ringside watching you fight and like, oh?
Yeah, but she don't show it. My wife she's from Fort Greene, so you know what I mean. So
am I still invited over? Because you invited us up there, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we could come and check you, man, because you be on some BS, man.
Man, please, I'm out in Miami, man. Like Rick Russ said, I just bought a new house that's on the water.
I ain't gonna lie.
What you said? My new house is on the water, on the river.
I ain't gonna
My new
lie,
house
man.
is on the river.
We gonna have some new I ain't gonna lie.
I got Let's Go Champ clothes for y'all, T-shirts. I got everything. You bought everything? Shit. Well, I got it. I'm not leaving the state without you getting it. Trust me, I'm here for a few more days. I got everything for y'all. Shoot.
Whatever the goal,
I got you too, champ.
Whatever the goal is,
yes, brother.
I'm participating.
Thank you, champ. I got it.
Whoever you fight. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I don't think you listen.
Go ahead, champ.
Anybody you run down on, I'm there.
Okay.
Hyping it. What's up?
Okay.
I'm gonna take a punch. He hit his stuffy. Yo, you can't stuff my man.
Yeah.
Sneaking and throw me in there.
Well, I'm gonna let you know the secret. I'm gonna let everybody know. The rundown starting in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks is the rundown. Shirt off. Yeah, shirt off. The rundown.
And I say that too because these companies they reach out to me and they try to hire me to do crazy stuff, but when I watch you, let's go, shit. I'm running in there. I'm keep it 100.
That's my man.
When AB fought at the Barclays, he had a whole plan. And he told him, he said, nah, Queen Flip can't. Come on, man. Get Queen Flip out of here. He can't do that. No way. Queen Flip, I'm on it. In the dressing room, what's up? He's going to kill you tonight.
Shirt off?
Nah, I didn't take my shirt off, but they canceled that. Yo.
Let's go,
They called Web like, nah, they can't do that. Keep him out there.
Jam.
Had to wait outside till the time. For real, I'm telling you. Because you had to tell him and get the credentials. It's like, nah, not Queen Flip. Let's see his page. Oh, no. And then I went downstairs in the Barclays. They had a bar area. I went behind the bar, acted crazy. I got in trouble for that too, but I don't care. I'm riding with the champ.
Let's go, champ. Look
What's
at him,
up?
y'all.
3 weeks.
Let him go, yo.
Let me get to y'all too real quick, man.
Yeah.
My son, Queen Flip Jr.
Oh, shit.
So let me tell you something. So my son.
You heard that laugh over there?
Yeah, my son. So let me tell you what happened. So I was Nuke was like, yo man, I would love to see KK, and they came together. We was at the T-Mobile store. So we at the T-Mobile store, and my son, He dropped it was in the key. He dropped the phone on the floor like this. Can't get one like this. And back. I said, what? So we all looking at Crazy. Kicking like, Kicking had his stupid little glasses on looking down, like a granny. He looking around. And we like, what? Why he did that, man? Kicking said, you gotta watch that man. Dude, for real, man. That's why I'm so happy to see them.
Like this.
Let's go, Jay.
Yeah, he was like that.
What's that?
Duke dropped he had like a phone he dropped. Kicking said,
Yeah,
I was like, what? Why you doing that, Pop? I said, I don't know. What's going on? And Luke just sitting there regular smiling.
yeah.
Y'all
Y'all was supposed to come up here with Fame and Billy, by the way. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was coming up here with a lot of people from the Ville, but you know what I mean? We just wanted to keep it because y'all in a real nice neighborhood, so we wanted to keep it, you know what I'm saying? Cordial. Keep it cordial, you feel me?
I appreciate your
respect.
concern.
Respect.
I think, having these two guys a part of the project, man, these are two of my favorite people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Good dudes, man. Like I said, when you find out their story after, like it's like it makes you think a little bit, it's like a facade a little bit, because you think they're all nice, I love you and stuff, and then you read it like, you did all this, send him too.
Nah, they good dudes. They real good dudes.
Nah, they good, but chill.
Nah, real talk. Like I said, I was just with Mike, and that's what we talked about for 3 hours about the Brownsville people, man. Good dudes, just circumstances, man. Now look at them. They look at them. Look like church dudes. Look at them, y'all.
Luke's still bugged out. He got 86 in him. He's still 86.
Oh,
He be
stop.
telling Luke acting like he he be telling people he not somewhere, he pop up, he try to do slick stuff, man. He took a picture of outside one time. I told you I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yo.
KK, no, I hugged and kissed KK.
Oh, yo, what's up, man? Like that?
He ain't see me
I'll go
coming.
over there hug and kiss you. That's not what happened.
Let's go, champ.
Nah, but I'm happy that these dudes these are good dudes, man.
You didn't even know I knew these boys, huh?
I mean, they told me, but I didn't know how close it was,
Let's
man.
go,
You know what I mean?
champ.
And,
Yeah.
I called Flip to get you on the show. He gonna tell me, I don't know, man.
Yeah, because I said he's supposed to come last time, he ain't come. Broke my heart.
Nah, my bad.
Said that,
champ.
but
My
that's
bad,
the
champ.
ego, and then
Nah, it's all
I
good. I apologize.
It took him to ease it and pause.
Yeah,
you see,
you know.
you come with every time y'all call me, it's about somebody saying something or something. Yo,
called
Flip,
you concerned, Flip.
you call me about your Flip. Yo, man, anytime you need something, like you be like, stop, man. You be like, come on, man. You crazy, bro.
Concerned, man. I hear shit. I gotta make sure you're all right.
Let's
I got
go,
mad at
champ.
Cake even telling you something. You texting me, man. I got mad at you, man.
Word.
Yeah.
Yo,
So-
you know I met
that's-
Flip Moms. One
Okay.
of the most beautiful people in the world, man.
Let's
She
go,
got a great
John.
heart.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Maria, yeah.
But that
Shout
doesn't.
out.
You West Indian, right?
Huh?
You West Indian.
And we
Good
we
people.
lived on the same block.
Say word.
Yo, watch your hand. My man sitting right there.
I care about that.
Yeah.
I care.
I was
You don't need
prepared.
part two,
You
man.
see where little dudes be at, right? Little dudes be in a little chair at the little table. Right? See, he in the middle of the seat.
Look at my man like that. You got an I love my life vest on,
Get in
boy.
the car. Close the door.
I definitely want to salute you, though, man.
I want to thank you, man,
you
for
know-
having me on your show. I'm a huge fan. We watch it down in Miami. We watch everywhere we go. We on the phone, whatever. We watching what y'all
Chin,
doing,
stop it, Chin. I mean,
Real talk, y'all
give me
keeping
enough
it.
credit. I feel
You
good, but don't
keeping
add,
it.
don't
We
add,
love.
don't
We
add
wake
ketchup
up
to the
every
spaghetti
day to
sauce.
watch and see who you put out, man. You
Do
feel
not
me?
add ketchup to the spaghetti sauce, bro.
All right, my bad.
It's
champ.
already tomato week.
My bad,
You gave me
champ.
credit. Don't add it. Don't make me feel too
Okay,
good. Like I said,
okay.
3 weeks, we turning up.
All right.
Yeah, Jay, cool out.
Yo, I spoke to Star too today, you heard? Yeah, man. Told him, hey, be easy.
You spoke to him on the phone?
Yeah, I spoke to
privately?
him on the phone. Yeah,
shout out to Star.
Shout out to Star, man.
Yeah.
Star broke it down too, you heard? Star broke it down. Shout out to Star. He texted me. I texted him. I said, you know who I am? He said, man, I told Flip.
He did. That's a true.
But he said he told you to give you his number.
That's a fact.
But you never did.
I told you about it. You said, yeah, I know them dudes, the radio dudes and stuff like that. We talked about
Yeah,
something
back
else.
in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you said to me.
Yeah.
I said, yo, Star for Star, but I want to holler at you. You said, well, holler at me. All right. I said, do you know who he is? You said, yeah, radio dudes and stuff like that. And you started doing that funny. Holler at me for what? What the That's what you started doing. I
said, what
yeah.
All right.
So I didn't
Star, my
continue.
man, he good dude.
I didn't
Star
continue
good
it.
dude,
but
man.
yeah, I didn't continue.
We
You,
really
dude.
talked today. We grind.
okay, because you was
inquiring.
inquiring of what he wanted to holler at you about. I couldn't give you that answer.
Well,
So that's why I didn't pursue it. But I did tell you, I said, okay, yo, guess what? Star wanted to talk to you. He said, talk to me about what? He said, so you know who Star Buckwild, the guy from the radio? He said, yeah, I'm more crazy. He did that stuff with the The radio station. That's what you're saying to me. I said, yeah, he cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm happy that you
Shout out
spoke
to
to him.
Star, man. You heard? Brownsville. Blake and Livonia. I mean, Rockaway and Livonia.
All right.
That's what he texted me. You heard? I texted him. I said, yeah, Blake and Rockaway. You heard? He's like, oh. By the train, yeah.
Yes, brother.
Right under the train.
Give us your social media.
Right,
stuff.
right.
Oh, check me out.
Hold on, before that,
Shoot,
my
champ,
fault. Is there anything we didn't touch on that you want to talk about before we wrap it up? Anything we
Nah,
didn't?
I'm just like I said, man. I appreciate you guys having me on your show, man. You guys doing big things. I just want to shout out to everybody out there that's a Shannon Briggs fan. I appreciate you all. I'm not going nowhere. I'm 48,000 years old. I'll probably be fighting for the next 40,000 years, man. And they're gonna see me. I got some movies coming out, and check me out at shannonbriggs.com. On Instagram, Cannon_Briggs.
Champ, you gotta go with the Alpha DNA.
Ooh.
Come on.
Yeah, that's my telemed
cannabis.
company.
Let's
Check
go.
out my telemed company. Check this out. MyAlphaDNA.com. You're going to bug out. Yeah. Let's go, champ. My Alpha. MyAlpha DNA.com. MyAlphaDNA.com.
My Alpha DNA.
Yes, brother. Yeah. We got a telemed company popping off. It's doing great. Yeah. MyAlphaDNA.com.
This is a men's health program.
Yes, brother. Yes.
What is this?
Yeah, we giving insurance to men. Most men don't have insurance. Don't have
enhance
health
it?
insurance. Most men don't have health
This
insurance.
is sexual enhancement stuff.
We sell that as well. Viagra, Cialis. We tell
No,
it all.
this is what I see. Is this what we're looking at?
Hormone therapy.
Oh, I see you. Then you go to the bottom.
Look at them, y'all.
Look at him, y'all.
Look at them, y'all.
Like that.
You don't know the bottom, G.
Hey,
Look
Lisa,
at
put
him.
that down.
That's right. Let's
Put that
go,
down,
champ.
Lisa. My Alpha what? DNA? That in the phone, man.
I got you hooked up. We'll lace you, champ. All right, I got you,
Custom
champ.
medication.
You see,
Yeah.
Nuke be looking for me. Let's
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
champ.
Yeah, he crazy.
Let's go, champ.
They gonna get me beat
Let's
up.
go, champ.
These niggas gonna get me beat up. They gonna get me beat up.
Yeah.
Over there.
So give us your social media and stuff like that.
Cannon_Briggs is my Instagram. My Twitter is the Cannon Briggs, and my Facebook is just Shannon Briggs, I believe. And and you can catch me on shannonbriggs.com, which is my website. The merch is up. We selling everything from coffee, spaghetti, sauce, barbecue sauce. I got a whole supermarket, y'all. Look at them.
Shout my man out, man. He
Oh,
was
shout
here
out to Freddie Brito, man. Fred Money, man. This J.R. Writer, little brother,
Yeah,
man.
he was here
You feel
last
me? He
time.
spit, he rap, he nasty. We got a music label coming out. Let's Go Champ Records. He's the CEO running the label. We're doing big things. Actually,
But
his
I'm mad
album.
he ain't bring no stuff for us. I ain't rocking
Nah,
with him.
I promise. We definitely. But his album is dropping this year.
Okay.
He got a song. He got an album with Dave East.
Oh.
Tell me who you got songs with.
Davies, Cassidy, JR.
He nice. Y'all gonna see Fred Money 2020. That's it. That word is born.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he got 18 million views. He got 18
fool,
million
son.
views on YouTube.
How you fuck?
Hey, yo, Flip, he got 18 million views on YouTube right now. 18
18
million.
million?
Yeah, Fred
Salute
Money.
to him, man.
Yeah, it's
Man,
the champ.
salute.
Yeah, I only stay with the champs, y'all. Look at me. Shout out to J.R. Writer. Yeah, my man Platt, Kevin Banks, the whole squad. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Huh?
Remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. If you see Shannon Briggs on your lawn, 1, he may try to take it away. 2, he may try to cut you. And 3, he may try to knock you out. So make sure you have artillery. I'm from Queens.